So you've never done like a podcast or anything like this before?
No, this would be my first.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Woo.
It's all on you, man.
Damn. All right. All right. All right. How long have you been streaming then? I did look it up, but forgot. It's like 2-ish years, right?
Just under, yeah. Started July 2019.
Okay. Okay. What made you start streaming?
Excellent question. And this comes with an associated long story. I have a close group of friends. There's only 4 of us in this group. We used to work together.
Okay.
And we kind of stayed in touch. And we all went out to dinner one day just to have sort of like a, I don't know, we call it a business meeting without an actual goal, like just to see what's up, what works, what we should be, working on, because we're all creative people and we've all had successful-ish ventures in the past, but they never really took off.
Okay.
So we've stayed in touch for a long, long time, and we went out to dinner, and we're talking, and the subject of streaming came up. It's always been kind of a something that I definitely wanted to do, but it never really happened, never really materialized. One, because I have an innate fear of public speaking. I have a bit of an acting background.
Okay. Okay.
But when the responsibility's off of your shoulders entirely, and all of a sudden this is entirely your show, 100%, like marketing and being on camera and switching scenes and setting up graphics and the whole works is
Yep.
on you, right? This is literally a business.
Yeah, that's my new thing. Is this is a job, like you said, broadcasting, audio engineering, promoting. It's everything, all in one guy.
Yep, 100%. So I was like, oh well, we definitely could try that, and then I kept bringing up these buts, like, like I can't do it because of a former relationship I had where everything I tried to do was kind of put down, or I didn't have that permission, for lack of a better word.
Did
right,
you?
at the
You
time.
kept putting up barriers for yourself in a way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends took me aside and he says, "Just fucking do it, man. Like, there's nothing stopping you, right? Get the equipment, the basics, what you need,
Yep.
and then just press go live." And yeah, I literally have him to thank for where I am right now. Obviously, I still don't have the time, given I work full time on top, but it's doing pretty well. Yeah.
I would say it's working pretty well. If nobody knows, Mcqueeb is a partnered streamer with Twitch. I think the last time I checked, I'm not gonna. I will talk numbers. I checked Twitch tracker because who the fuck doesn't? Your average was like 160 something. I don't fully remember, but
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
179. I have it up because I have notes. But that's like shit people kill for. That's what people drive. How did you get to that point? Did you stick to a game? Did you like? Do you even know?
I don't know what got. So here's the funny thing on top of all of that.
Yeah.
Is that I still consider myself a small streamer.
Yeah.
I literally do.
I believe it.
People balk at that. They're like, nah, this is a joke. And I'm like, well, no, dude. Like because I work full time and I want to become a full time streamer, like I need to hit a specific goal, right, in order to support my family and pay my rent.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I can't do that unless certain numbers are met. And then I look at the range of streamers, right? So from your 10s to your 50s to your 100s, right up until you hit the 50,000s. And I don't necessarily want to reach that goal. That to me, as nice as it would be, I think would have probably a negative effect on the stream and the community.
It would 100% would. It would change what you're doing for sure.
Yeah. But, talking about a couple of thousand, I mean, that seems doable in my mind. And 50,000 viewers or followers. Jelly Bean, we're talking about viewers at the moment.
Yeah, it would be concurrent viewership, which is insane. So say like Ninja numbers or XQC or even Ludwig,
Right.
around 10,000. I mean, anything over 1,000, you think, say Harris Heller, whatnot, he tries to keep up with his chat, but if you're anything over 1,000, at that point, it's all just people watching and interacting to interact. That part
Yep.
right there is so alien to me. The idea that I can't keep up with chat. That's what Dustin said. He said, I will no longer be a small streamer, in his opinion, when I can't read chat.
Yeah. That, I mean, that's.
I mean,
I mean,
it's
it's a skill that's learned along the way, right? You have
Yeah.
to grow and you have to cherry pick, and you need better tools along the way to sort of read that.
yeah.
There's actually a website that anybody can use called Chit Chat. It strips out like a bunch of garbage, like emotes are gone.
Yep.
Anything kind of spam related links are gone. It's literally just communicative text.
Yeah.
That's kept behind. Really good tool, by the way. I don't know. I don't know when that will necessarily happen. Moving into where it's I'm unable to read chat. Like what numbers? Like I'm able to keep up at the moment. I do have to pause from time to time, which kind of interferes with my always be talking mantra, which I'm sure we'll talk about since it's a hot button topic at the moment.
Ooh, it is. I know you've probably seen, so I think Gameologist is one person that sort of fights against. He has his opinions on it. I have my opinion on it. Always be talking is interesting because I think it's within reason. I think have a conversation. In fact, Jellybean put out a TikTok talking about it should be a conversation, not just blabbling. What are your thoughts on always be talking?
Me personally, so when I say always be talking,
Yeah.
so a gentleman you had on your little conversation panel here earlier on Neo Firefly, I stitched him. I was under the impression, similar age to me.
Yep.
He's similar sort of, very passionate, but always held back by something, right?
Yeah.
I stitched him, and I meant nothing but the best from that. He didn't take it that way, and I immediately deleted my TikTok once I realized how or where he was coming from, and I still didn't realize until last night. Actually, I was late. I was doom scrolling on TikTok, and he came up. He had what's the one that's not a stitch? Sorry, I'm still not. I'm
Duets.
really new to TikTok. Thank you. Right, he duetted someone, and he was like, "Yep, this guy knows what he's talking about."
Yeah.
And it was interesting perspective. Okay, so he's talking about neurodivergency and people with ADHD and Asperger's, and like.
Yeah, that was Jellybean. Jellybean, what's up? Shouts out Jellybean.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it was Jellybean.
And I think it finally clicked, right?
Yeah.
And I've only been on TikTok for, I don't even know, a couple of months, whatever. And I finally got it, and I understood. And that was not my intention at all. I love Neo Firefly, but I hate the fact that I hurt his feelings, potentially.
Yeah.
With my response. That's the thing with TikTok. Stitches are always really great. You have to be careful what you clip, and it helps if people know the context by clicking on the original
That's
video as well.
the kicker. So my original pop-off moment was when I stitched Cat Liente, because she said, you got to show love to get love. And I read that as follow for follow. Because I came, my biggest thing with streaming is no expectations. You're creating something and you're putting it out there, and you promote it as much as you can. You build it, you create, but you can't expect people to show up like from like a streamer to streamer aspect. You can't I don't owe you, nobody owes you anything, and I don't owe anybody anything, in my opinion. I obviously there's a common courtesy. Like if I really like someone, I'm going to go to their stream. Maybe if they've spent a little bit of time with me, I'm inclined to go to somebody's stream, but the expectation. So I saw that, I popped it off. I went, hey, because you've seen my TikToks. I was like, hey, you idiot. That kind of, I did that and it was bad. And I ended up deleting that one. I kept the follow-up up, but yeah, stitching on TikTok can get very tricky with wording. The part of the video you stitch, it's tough. It's been something I've learned to do. I still want to be genuine as fuck. I want to be myself and be able to call people out, but I have to do it in a way that click on the original video I saw, or go through their page now. I go through people's pages now before I even attempt to stitch somebody.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I didn't mean to
Yeah.
offend him. And all I was doing essentially was, when I say always be talking, I don't mean literally non-stop, right? Like, I look back through some of my VODs when I'm doing editing, and there's 30 seconds of silence in there. And you definitely start to notice a trend, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll talk for a little bit, if it's about, a particular strategy that I'm playing or something that I'm doing, or if I'm reading chat, and it's like they're legitimate moments, but that 30 seconds feels like an eternity. And it's yeah. I I guess I took it a wrong way because my definition was incorrect or different
It's
than
different.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think the biggest thing I've learned with streaming is it's different for everyone. It's subjective as shit. It's each show is different. Each show is for a different person. It's someone doesn't always need to be talking. It helps for sure. It's just the whole argument of, do I need a camera to succeed as a streamer? Yeah, you do. Do you though? No. But hey, let's be honest. You fucking need a camera. You need a personality because there's too many people now. It's the same thing with always be talking. Do I always need to be talking? No, but at this point in the game, you really need to be outgoing. You always need to be giving something to that audience because at any moment in a dip, I mean, shit, it's a whole argument with starting soon screens. Who wants to stick around? The platform already has too many ads. And what are your thoughts on, because I know we did the video with the starting soon screens. What's your opinion on
Well,
starting?
ads is a different conversation entirely. I think so. There's two revenue streams, right?
Yeah.
There's people that watch for free.
Yep.
You've got to watch ads, otherwise the business is not sustainable.
Yeah.
And then there's people that subscribe to either a particular channel or Twitch Turbo. That then the ads aren't necessarily a thing. The funny thing is, with subscription-based models, they don't scale very well. Why do you think Netflix increases their price by 10 to 15% every couple of years, right? Like, and people have a shit fit when that happens because it's the antithesis of what they think they have, right?
Yeah.
They start to forget that Netflix is a business. Twitch is no different than any other company on the planet, and they're not profitable right now, believe it or not. But they're owned by Amazon is the common go-to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Twitch has nothing to do with Amazon's bottom line, really, when you think about it.
It does not. I think they're bleeding money, in fact.
For those that don't know, Amazon, most of their income comes from enterprise AWS servers and hosting and all the rest.
Yeah.
Even the Amazon online store, despite being immensely popular and profitable, is a drop in the bucket by comparison. So
Yeah. So, well, I don't know. I talked about this earlier. The whole the brand scale thing that they just came out with for it's a good thing. It's a good thing. What it is they're making sure that they can actually target ads, because right now all they do is they throw ads at Twitch. What they're going to be able to do is, like YouTube does, is target ads so that creators hopefully, in theory, can make more money off of ads, and they can make more money off of ads because it's finally targeted. Like, that's the whole debacle. People thought they were being put into some like Black Mirror shit.
dude, every step Twitch
Every
makes
step
is scrutinized, and they think, oh, here's another ding on the platform, right?
Yep.
Oh my god,
I need to leave now, and nobody leaves.
It's not even a thing. What? No, no.
I love it, dude. I live for it. Every time Twitch does anything, I live for it because it's like, you guys, you need to read into it. But it's the whole like Twitter mentality. Everyone piles on this one theory that it's bad, which is bizarre for a company. Like, to attack a company that you use constantly, a platform that you use constantly, that's bizarre, right?
The funny thing is, if Twitch folded tomorrow,
Yeah.
we'd all be left on the streets.
Yeah.
Literally. A lot of people put a lot of faith into Twitch. They think that, even as a partner, while I do have an extra avenue of support if I need it,
Yeah.
I don't mean anything to Twitch's bottom line. Like,
Absolutely not.
I would be forced to move elsewhere, as would everybody else. That's part of, that's why people say diversify your income from the get. It's because you could lose it in an instance. And I don't think, I think people don't realize that. They think that, oh well, I'm on Twitch, I've signed my contract, my partnership, whatever, and they think that that's it, that they'll look after them, no rain, hail, or shine.
Yeah.
No, you're the first to leave. Like,
So how far along into streaming did you get partner? And did you do did you do a partner push, or did it just come completely naturally? Where you're like, oh, I hit partner numbers, I'm going to apply. What was that process like?
so I hit partner mid last year, probably August, I think, last year.
Okay.
I
Wow, when I
was
started.
rated by kind of a Twitch OG, Lethal Frag. I don't know if you've heard of him or not.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But he does raids a little bit differently. Okay. So he reached out to me personally. Well, one, I saw the follow during one of my streams, and I'm like, did I read that right? Turns out that he's been watching me for ages.
Oh my God.
So again, always be talking. Always be talking. You never know who's watching, right?
Yeah. I always assume everyone's in my chat. All whatever amount of followers I have, I always just assume they're there.
Yeah.
But go on. I'm sorry.
He reached out to me and he said, "Hey, dude, I'd like to drop you a raid. Would that be okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he contacted me ahead of time on the day just to confirm that, one, I was streaming. He asked me what game I was playing, and then he ended his stream on the same game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, who does that? This is unheard of straight away, right?
Oh my God. If you want to talk about the most professional way to raid, I wish everybody fucking did that.
I mean, it's
Yes and no.
think about that on a daily basis. Right? It would be almost impossible.
Yeah.
But he kind of, I don't know, he believed in my content. He liked me as a person, I guess.
Yeah.
And so that jumped because of the warm handoff that he did there, that the atmosphere he created when he brought his channel over to mine. It was different than any other raid that I've ever had, and probably ever will have again.
Yeah.
I get rated by 500 plus, probably on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and
Bragging.
it's not even that. Most raids, 99% will leave in the first minute.
Yeah.
Every time. This one didn't behave like that. This didn't happen at all.
Yeah.
It was, most people stuck around. I maintained those numbers, and his chat became my chat. Now, it just so happens that we produce similar style of content in that it's very laid back, it's very relaxed, it's respectful, it's a little bit more mature. And it just happened to work out. Like, it was, the stars aligned. So I maintained momentum and kept streaming and built on that and stuck to my core values. And yeah, within, I'd say 3 months from that moment, I got that partnership application.
Damn.
So,
Now you only had to do it once? Because I know a bunch of people do it 2, 3, 5 times.
first time, yeah. So this is another thing. People were a little bit sour on that as well. And they were like, oh, like it's I still haven't gotten partner. And it's like, those numbers are literally the entry point. If you don't have more than that,
Yep.
and you can't speak to that when prompted. There was a TikTok, and I'm so pissed off at myself for, I have a habit of seeing something really cool, and if I don't screenshot it, if I don't like it, if I don't favorite it, I can't go back and find it ever. Like, TikTok is a minefield, dude. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
There was one girl came out.
Yeah.
There was one girl came out, and she said, "You know what? It doesn't matter what you write in that little box at the bottom. All you've got to do is link your TikTok and your Twitch." And I was so fucking pissed at that.
I saw that one.
I was like, that is completely wrong. Like, yes, you can get fast tracked to partner if you have a following on other channels, right?
Yeah.
On other platforms. But no, you've got to speak to it. You've got to know. You've got to list. You should have seen my letter, and I'd be happy to send you a copy one day. It was, this is who I am. This is how I'm doing. This is what I've done for the community. This is what I've done, with within my own community for growth. This is what my values are. This is where I see myself heading. This is why partner is really important to me. My letter was a novel almost.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the partner manager on the other end who had to read that. Um,
I've seen a couple friends have sent me theirs, and they write a whole thing. They want to get partner. I don't know, get partner that bad, but they put their heart and soul into that essay, if you will. That yeah.
So and that's the thing. That's where you do have a decent product, right? The show that you're producing is amazing.
Yeah.
And people get really, really dejected when that rejection letter comes through.
Yep.
Because they think it's a rejection letter. They're like, I've hit my 75. I've written this amazing letter, which is all true, and I'll stand by it until the day I die.
Yeah.
Something's not there, right? So it's not an automatic get, and I think that's where a lot of people think that. Twitch kind of did this to themselves because of the affiliate program and the way they've gamified the site.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. The numbers that you achieve or build towards, it's like you've got all these achievements to get, and you get them, and it's like, all right, yeah, like we've now rated 10 people or whatever. There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
They've set themselves up. The path to partner is a different situation, I think, and people still think of it the same way. I mean, look, if you believe in your product, partnership doesn't matter. The only caveat to that, I would say, would be guaranteed transcoding. That's a big one for me. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to become a partner. Like,
Yeah.
nothing else changed other than I can give my bot a free tier 3 sub. I can give my wife a lifetime tier 3 sub. It's like,
Oh, I didn't even know that.
not many people do.
Oh shit, we got the inside scoop.
Like it, there's not a lot that changes, right?
Yeah.
The amount of money that I earned, the amount I earned from, yeah, none of that really changes much at all.
Yeah, I know there's like a disclosure or whatever. You can't fully say what you make and whatnot, but I don't. I've been asked since I dropped affiliate, if you ever get to partner numbers, will you apply for partner? And if I make it to partner numbers while not being affiliate, fuck no. What, like, maybe not fuck no, but if I'm building something that doesn't require something else, why would I bring that into the equation, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to devalue. I never want to devalue affiliate or partner for people because those are goals that people set. But I don't think you need it. I'm in that party of people don't need it. Also, I think
I've seen your point of view there, and I don't disagree. I've seen Devin Nash's huge push,
Yep.
and a lot of people took that, I think, a little too seriously.
Yeah.
Because Devin Nash is an industry insider. He knows what he's talking about.
Yep. I mean, shit, he's making the move to YouTube. So.
Yeah. It's funny. Sleepwalker just said people just want that nice purple tick. One of the first things I did was turn that off on the global.
Oh, really?
On other people's channels.
Oh, shit.
And it's just that I just don't want to. I don't feel like I need to show off my product. My product speaks for itself.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Real quick, Mr. Sackham said, did you watch his stream back from when he rated you to see if he was consistently building you up? Or did you watch his stream before at all? I guess
I watched the moment when he originally rated. I watched back that last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he took a little bit extra time. It's not just like, okay, let's see who's on. Cool, let's raid. He's like, he did talk me up a very, very small amount just before he pushed everyone over. It was nothing to him. Like it was. Let me rephrase.
Yeah. It was nothing to him.
It was a big moment, right? Both for I think for him and me. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like he handled it so professionally and casually that it was it didn't seem like anything.
Yeah. It would.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Obviously, you can't do it with every stream, depending on how often you stream. But the idea of pushing your audience to, in theory, I should be rating other podcasters or people along the lines of, say, on my Mondays, I do anime streams. I jump into someone streaming something anime related, Genshin Impact, if anything. But that works with games too. Like I know Sabrina, who I had on the show prior, just got partnered because she's completely stayed in the Genshin family. Like that game has a community, and she's built herself within that community, and she raids other Genshin players. Yes, there's plenty of other streamers who she likes. She could raid me if she wanted to, but it's whether she does it subconsciously or not, she knows that Genshin is her game, it's her community, and she wants to send her viewers to those people. And that helps. That type of raid helps the other streamer. Because I know there's the whole thing like raids don't actually help you. Like you said, 90% of the people fucking bounce.
Yeah, Jellybean just said it, cohesion. So I don't know if you remember a TikTok I did. I stitched Pixel Smixel way back when I first started. And she was saying that I want to raid you. Like she was talking about the drop your links for raids kind of thing.
Yeah. Which
way back when. We're still talking about that today.
She was on that game when she got there, and she was slept on. I don't think she's posted in a while, but she was saying that shit like when she got on the platform.
Yep. If like you're not helping anyone if you raid a random streamer, right? Like if you find someone like, and I even mentioned it in that TikTok, I was like, if I raid someone, I play indie games and roguelikes specifically.
Yeah.
So I have my own little sort of community around that, both in a specific game as well as the sort of sub genre, I guess. We all know each other. We all respect each other. It's nice. But if I raid someone that plays Apex because I met them on TikTok, guess who's not going to stick around, right? Regardless of how charming you are, how excited you get, like, it's going to make no difference. Those people don't want to see that game. And if you're not, so you've got to have either crossover in community or crossover in game.
Yeah.
If one of those two things doesn't exist, then there's no point in even dropping a raid on that person.
I agree.
It's nice. I could record it for TikTok content, which I will never do personally.
Oh, you don't want the clout? You don't want to show how much you're helping other streamers?
Oh, please.
You don't want to
Please, come on.
give people I talked about this earlier too, is the fact that are they asking these other streamers if they can use them as content? Like, is that a conscious there in the chat? Like, hey, I'm recording you still. Can I use you for like?
I don't know if disclosure ever takes place. I have no idea.
I don't think it does.
I'd be willing to put money on the fact it doesn't.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
What did I say? I show your boobs, mate, to 10 girl streamers and got a ban, and they screamed at me. What's this? Why not? I don't know that, dude. Man, why did you do that? Fun stuff. Fun stuff in the chat.
Yes, I do have 3 snakes, by the way. Yeah, I got three ball pythons. Yeah, that's pet streams are usually really fun. They come out once in a while. Yeah.
There was I think Sleepwalker mentioned something about a conversation. I have an opinion on why people struggle to get it, but I'll keep it till after someone reminds me it's a conversation I really want to have. Struggles to get partner. I think we sort of went into it. The fact that is you need to build a community of people, right? Or like it's not just hitting that number. The push for partner, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Sleepwalker, let us know if we kind of answered that because I feel in a certain way we did. Also, Duck, what's up? But yeah, it's so now that you've hit partner though, which is a goal for everybody. What's the next goal? What's your next goal with streaming? What do you want to build with streaming?
Excellent question. It's kind of a nebulous question because it's all encompassing, right?
Yep.
I would say by the end of the year, I'd like to leave my job.
Oof, that's scary as frick.
It is. And there's a specific number I need to meet. And further to that, I need to meet it consistently, which, as you know, on Twitch is next to, you can't rely on the income. So you constantly need to be working.
Yep.
You need to be pushing forward the whole time. I'm not going to use the word grind, but it is definitely
I don't mind that word. I personally I understand the slack that it gets as far as what you're doing to yourself if you treat it that way, but I guess I use hustle more. The hustle a bit. But yeah,
either of those words makes me
I can
hairs up on my neck, but
I can respect it.
Yeah, but it's a job and it's freaking hard work.
Yep.
Like I put in more time into streaming than I do my full-time job. And
ooh, that's big.
And I don't just mean streaming. I don't go live every night. Hell,
Yeah,
I've taken
yeah, yeah.
three nights off. We can talk about that as well if you like.
The
But
whole, yeah, we can go into that. Yeah.
content creation is tough, man. It is extremely hard work. I am either editing or I'm doing graphic design or I'm planning or I'm updating something. Hell, I just got my Discord to work with a little button you can click now to actually receive notifications.
Hell yeah.
And that happened after like a year and a half. Like, it's yeah, long time coming.
Damn. How do you juggle the full time and the streaming since you're putting more into streaming now? Because I've definitely maybe almost got fired multiple times this past month.
I treat my day job like my day job. It's I take it seriously. I put in the work. But without Ms. Queeb, my wife, none of this could happen at all. She realizes, she sees the future in streaming and content creation. She believes in me, and because of that, she takes care of our 4 pets. She takes care of the house, and as much as she hates it, that's her sacrifice now. So that just puts more onto me. Like, I need to make this work, or if I don't, I need to recognize that early, and be willing to say goodbye to that part of my life if it's not going to work.
Yeah. Damn, that's tough. Real quick, in my opinion, if you are pursuing any revenue in streaming, you are a small business owner. Mr. Sackets, I agree with that. And I think I mentioned earlier how streaming is inherently easy to do, pop, go live, and then the idea you can make money. And then the fact that we're in a weird way pressured to monetize our hobbies, because streaming essentially is monetizing gaming in a way. And gaming, it should be a hobby, but that's why I don't game on stream anymore. I don't want to. I love video games for me. Like I'll probably in the future stream like Smash Bros or something for the sake of it because it's entertaining. But like the idea that people jump into streaming to have fun and maybe meet some people, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh my god, I have to put out content. It's like, no, it's getting muddy. No, it's a job now. And then
you've hit the nail on the head, right? One of the traps that I almost found myself in, and I'm really thankful that I didn't. I got kind of known. I got put on the map for a game called Noita.
Oh yeah,
a Finnish game. I don't know if you remember that Falling Sand browser game, but it's essentially that, but in now like an adventure platformer style game, right?
Yeah.
I got known for that. I completed the world's first no damage run of that, and that was kind of a big deal. And as a result, everybody expects that content. It did become my main game for a long time.
Yeah.
Not only because of that one particular thing, but because it's like I don't know. You fall into this trap, right? And if that game is the one game that you enjoy playing, then it's not necessarily too bad. But I didn't want to do that. I want to be free to sort of bounce from game to game, and make that my primary focus. Yeah, but if you're not enjoying it, and it is if it's painful for you to start that game, but you're doing it just to keep those numbers up, that's not necessarily a healthy choice either.
Yeah, it's a mix. So the real way, not the real way, one of the major ways to get ahead as a streamer business-wise is to dial in on a community for a game. Like I said, with what you did with yours, or say Sabrina does Genshin. You can still play games off stream. It's just what's the length of that? I guess Call of Duty can translate to the next Call of Duty in a way. Right now it's Battle Royale, so it's Warzone. But the one example is I had a guy, my only other partnered streamer I've had on, Sword Mouse, and he started with, I believe it was Battlefield, one of the Battlefield, and all he did was Battlefield, day in, day out, several days a week. Like, I don't want to say he streamed every day. I hope he didn't, but I think that's what he said, and that scares the shit out of me, streaming every single day. But he got up to a viewership of like 300, 400 people just playing Battlefield. And then he had to,
good.
He had to make the decision because he said, I don't want to play this game anymore. But I know for a fact, as soon as I jump off this game, I'm going to lose my full-time income.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mr. Snackham's asked question: do you lose many viewers changing game? Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, people will bounce when they don't see the game that they want to see. But there's a percentage of those people that are going to stick around for you,
And that's
right?
your true follower, your 1,000 true followers, if you will. That whole theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I figured, I still see, like, I see some of my peers play the same game and they're still playing the same game. And I know for a fact that they don't feel that love anymore for the game, but they do it because they consistently hit high numbers when they do. Um, I I'm watching from afar. I'm not going to give advice there. I think that's a little bit too personal. It's not my place to tell them how to run their stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I'm watching from afar, and I'm fascinated by because I love analytics and I love strategy and I love business talk.
Yeah.
Um, I'd be fascinated to see how that plays out, either in their personality, the way that changes, because as Sleepwalker just said, viewers will know when you're not enjoying yourself. Right? It doesn't have to be written on your face. They can hear it. They can sense it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse, and I've streamed a couple of times when I shouldn't have. I'm like, I'm either close to partner or whatever, or trying to reach some goal, maintain momentum, whatever you want to
Yep.
call it. And I push myself through, and I fucking regret it every single time. After stream, it's like I shouldn't have streamed tonight. It was a bad stream. I didn't feel myself. I felt fake, and that's the last thing I ever want to become, because like
Yeah.
what you see on stream with me is what you get in real life. But hey, it's one of those things.
I feel that canceling a stream, I've thought about it for a couple, and it's because I do so much. I work the full-time job. I want to finish my edits because I know my content technically lives off of Twitch, like podcast. Who's garnering an audience for a podcast from the ground up is almost impossible. I'm doing a semi super decent job at it, but my stuff lives through edits, and I'll just wait to the last second and say, should I go live? Do I really need more content to worry about? And there's definitely been times where I'm just tired of shit. I hope, hey guys in the chat, does it seem like I'm not on? I feel like I do a decent job at kind of always being me. But yeah, I've wanted to cancel a couple of streams that maybe I should have. But you don't, I have that mindset. Like you can't, you have to, every stream, you're on a schedule, consistency, that grind.
Yeah, I don't have. That's another thing. I don't have a schedule either. Like I got a little.
Oh, wait, you
thing
don't?
in my bio that says, no. Well, that's just it. I can't
I didn't
have a
realize
schedule with my job
Oh yeah.
because of rotating hours. It's kind of a little bit weird. Like sometimes I work night shift, sometimes I work day shift. And honestly, after some of the days that I have, like the last thing I want to do is put on that happy face and be like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" Like, no.
Oh man, you don't want to have your internet personality on. You don't want to put on a. You don't want to be miserable for your audience. You ever thought just going live and being miserable for your audience?
Hey, people do it. People do it every day.
That is very
You know?
true. I do see people who are distraught go on stream, and I think it depends on the person, because I've been in streams where someone's like, I've had a really tough day, and then their chat turns around. Like that's a viewership, a fan base, is when your chat turns you around and you just you start playing a game or something, or you're just like, yeah, dude, you're cool. The one that is weird though is when people start dropping money to make you feel better. That's the part that fucks me up. When someone's just like, no, have a good day, $10. Gifted subs. You're like, oh my God, thank you. I was having such a bad day. And then you donated 10 subs. I was like, what is happening? That's the part where I'm like,
If that's your motivator, that says a lot about you as a content creator, I think.
yeah.
I'm not saying if that doesn't bring you out in that one moment, right? Like it's a dopamine rush at
Yeah.
the moment when it happens. But if that's your shtick, if that's what you play off, then that's a pretty shitty person right there. And
Yeah.
again, that won't necessarily translate into a positive impact long term on a stream.
I don't believe so. But yeah, I've definitely come into streams where someone's been like that and they've started getting money, and then their attitude turns around. And whether it's because of the stream itself or because people started, one of the reasons, I think, Sleepwalker, you asked why I dropped affiliate, and that's kind of one of the reasons. I mean, someone can still donate if they want and change an attitude. I don't know. I don't even know how to act when people donate or sign up. It's just kind of like, oh, fuck yeah, that's cool. But then I want to move the show on because like this is, what we're doing here is the show. It's not about people. It's not about the alerts. It's not about, I mean, the chat, it is kind of about the chat too, but ultimately for my show, it's this. And to change my attitude if I was having a shitty day because I got money, that's bizarre to me. That's weird.
Yeah.
It feels grifty, and I'm not a big fan of it. But that's some people, like you said, that's their shtick.
Oh, really? You're not a fan of that? I hadn't noticed.
I'll scream it to every fucking building in the city.
I think you and I started TikTok around the same time, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Maybe?
You're one of the first people that I noticed enter the scene.
Really?
At least, yeah.
I'm very present on TikTok.
That's it. I think you stood out because not many. I won't say not many people are real, but you were calling out people specifically for bullshit takes, which is more than fair game in my opinion. But no, I was drawn to you specifically for that reason. I think.
I'm cool. You hear that, everybody? Mcqueeb thinks I'm cool. I was honestly, and I'm intimidated by everybody. You, people with like 100 followers, everyone on TikTok to me is famous at this point. Anytime someone has more than like 2 videos, I'm just like, oh, who am I? Who am I talking about this person? Who am I commenting? But also not, because it's been.
So I would like to bring something up, and tell me to stop if this is hits a little bit too close to home.
No.
Your interview with Abel, I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I remember it. Abel still comes in the Discord every couple of nights. I still talk to him regularly.
Yeah. He rubbed me the wrong way, as he did a lot of people, I think, with his first video on, what it means to be a real streamer and sort of, how to do it right. And he's gonna, create this plan, and everybody and his dog was calling them out.
Oh yeah. His masterclass.
I chose not to do that. And instead I did. One thing that he said really did bother me. Sorry, it was more of a behavior than anything else. Once he saw the video go viral, he said, "You know what? Like, somebody said to him, hey, like maybe it's a good time to take the video down." This was first couple of days.
Yeah.
His response was, "Yeah, I thought about it, but then I decided not to." And there's a very succinct reason why he did that, I believe, and that's because it was a viral video. It was taking off. It was getting tons of views, tons of stitches, tons of everything, right?
Yep.
But he boiled it down to, this video is doing well. I'm growing from this. He eventually did take it down, but that was long after it really mattered, right? So like the video had plateaued and he chose not to.
Yeah.
I thought that said a lot. And a lot of the things he was saying during your interview were he's an intelligent guy. He's a very good speaker.
Yeah.
But I think that, I don't know, I think he was in a little bit over his head there. And that particular action of not taking the video down almost immediately, it said a lot. I mean, he put in a lot of work into that video. Don't get me wrong. It was a well-produced video. The things he said, are irrelevant because the glimmer is there with the video.
Can you play the video? I'm so lost. Mr. Snaggins, the video's not even up anymore, I don't think, unless he privated it.
I think it's gone. Yeah.
There is that fact why he left it up. The kicker with that though is he completely dropped it. He did. There was maybe I can't speak for him, obviously, a thought in his head that said, I can maybe use this. I mean, shit, it's just, once again, I'll bring this up again, like Burger King said, women belong in the kitchen. It's a marketing move in a way. Maybe by accident, going viral by accident, and you can still use it to bring in views. Like, I don't know if you've seen Minty, the dude Minty. He put out a TikTok who said, "You're not a real gamer if you play these games." And it was like every fucking game ever. Have you seen that one?
I saw that last night as well. Yeah. And I was seeing some of the stitches from that. And it was surprising. Like, he said it was a joke in the comments, right?
He didn't say it in the video though. And maybe that
Correct.
Is that the kicker? You have to say it.
And he was sitting there like this.
Serious, yeah.
At the start, there was no laughter, no nothing, right? Like, I was surprised to see that video from him. I think he knew the response that would get.
Oh.
If he's willing to ride that,
Grandpa
that's
Cloud,
on him. So,
Rose, the Wish version of Cloud Strife. Heroin Cloud. Oh, that's so mean. He's just a dude. Bully. No, okay. So I wouldn't say I've had conversations with him, but he's definitely a troll in a sense. Like he's not doing the satire it's tricky, subjective. I don't think he's doing satire properly. He should have said, at least in the video, it's satire, or maybe done it differently. You can do those videos. I could do that video where I'm just like, you're not a real gamer if you play whatever it is. But it is crazy, the mob mentality of people. I saw a bunch of stitches today that didn't even come from, I saw them on my For You page where people are just like, nah, dude, you're an idiot. This is stupid. You're not a real gamer. But how do you get to that mindset? How do you not go, oh, this is silly goose behavior? Do you want to be angry? My big thing right now is those are the shoes you decided to wear. You decided to perceive that as a message in a certain way. Those are the shoes you're putting on today. And it's...
Rose Milk just said he turned off the comments on that video.
Did he?
What an odd direction to take. Again, he would rather have that virality than just take a loss. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Jesus. It's so... Only true gamers play bad rats. What does Sleepwalker say? Yeah, I don't watch him anymore for how he's turned. Nothing bad on him. No shit on him at all. No, here's the thing. It's funny because we're going to talk drama. Is it okay if I talk a little drama? Is it okay if we get into drama on this chat?
You're asking my permission?
Yeah.
Shit, I love drama, dude. Go right ahead.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's the motherfucking tea. So Minty doesn't follow me back, and that's fine. I don't require anybody to follow me back in any way. It's just funny because he comments on a lot of my videos, which means he sees my videos, and then he asks to be on the show. Here's the deal. If you don't know how to get on the show, you shouldn't be asking me how I can be on the show, in my opinion. Like, obviously, you can ask me how to be on the show, but if you're going to come out of nowhere and you're just kind of going to... Like, I interact with the people I enjoy. Like, if I'm going to comment on something, it's going to be because I have something to actually say, not just to, like, agree or put, like, an emote or something. And just, you can tell what he's trying to do. It's just, like... He does the stream reviews. I did a whole video about how stream reviews are lazy. And then he goes, oh, I got 7,000 followers on TikTok because of stream reviews. And I was like, yeah, you dialed in on one thing, but it's not real. Do other things. That's not real content. And then he goes, oh, well, I averaged this much on Twitch. And it's like, that's cool, dude. But it's like, it's all very shallow content. I guess lazy isn't the right. It's shallow content in a way, and it's like we can see what you're doing, whether you know it or not. Like you said, he turned off the comments. He left the video up for virality. Is he aware? Does he know what he's doing? It's all very interesting to me. Like that's why I kind of want to have him on the show, because I want to grill him and be like, "What's your deal, dude?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the whole thing?"
It comes down to Occam's razor, right?
Yeah.
Usually the most obvious reason is the
like
one.
I don't want it to be that, but it's probably just that.
Yeah, no, he knows exactly what he's doing. And like I said, that's in a month, no one's going to care about that video.
Yep,
it's going to sit there. Those numbers are locked in stone, whether he deletes the video or not. Like, yeah, it's a smart move, and it's also a ballsy move, because it, like I said, that does say a lot about his brand. So
yeah, there's a whole thing about there's that other drama. Like, I know we talked, actually, you guys, I'm getting to the point now where people are DMing me about TikTok drama. I thought you DM'd me about Corporate Brit, right?
I did.
You did?
I did this morning, in fact, because everybody was like, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about it like right now." I was like, "Corporate Brit, how could you do this to me? You're the guy. You're the one."
Dude, he's going out and making videos for all the people doing the Raid for Raid stuff. And I had 6 people in my DMs this morning saying, who's Corporate Brit talking about? Corporate Brit is talking about Teeny, I think is her name. And she's also been making it her job on, which, here's the thing. I know what my content on TikTok now is for the most part. It's these chats. That's what it's all about. I've decided no more real shit talking for the most part, unless I really see something I don't like. But Teeny's going out and saying, your Raid for Raid culture, your support for sport, follow for follow nonsense is my job on TikTok. And she found one dude who did the, like, I'll never see you again because you don't acknowledge my raid. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently he sent people to attack her. And it's crazy, first of all, because, hey, aren't we adults? Like, this is a... This is if you want this to be a job, and that's what Corporate Brit said. He's like, if you want to truly have this be a job, it shouldn't be about, you should be building a brand. You should be putting out real content. You shouldn't be building these weird, I always say cult, but it's kind of culty behavior with these communities, you know?
I there's one person that is really getting under my skin with every single video that he makes. I'm not going to mention his name.
I dropped so many. Hey, TOS, come after me. You know, I dropped so many names.
Every video is that sort of artificial story that is made up. And I mentioned it. I did a video on this recently as well.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hypothetical content, right? Like, it's like, hey, I'm streaming to no viewers. One chatter comes in. Now I'm ultra excited. It's a playback. It's a point of view. And I get the content. It's not even necessarily bad content. It's the feeling I get watching it, because I have a feeling that it's so disingenuous. It's not coming from a place of inspiring people. It's coming from a place of growing your own channel, if that makes sense.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It goes with all of the things that I consider now shallow lazy content. I feel like I'm using the word content. That's going to be another banned word, is content. I can't say content anymore because I say it too much. Just like collab and networking and all that shit. Oh my God, is that the guy who said that his video wasn't for self-promo on his very follow for follow video?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that Unstable Pisces?
Yeah, it is.
Hey! Huge fan, by the way.
I got them all. We got all the Twitch talkers in here. That's my goal, is to have everybody on. I have I don't even know. My brain's mush. But anyway. Yeah, the video you did talking about the fake, whether it is true or not, skits. They're bits. What does that say about you as a streamer? Why is that your avenue? Are you trying to garner like a pity talk?
This particular person I'm talking about actually doing very, very well on TikTok.
Yeah.
And has a clear following. Like, you view the comments, and it's obvious that they're sort of, well in touch with the content that they're making, because this audience is eating it up. And oh God, I can't even give an example of his last one because it would give him away.
You don't have to. I will not pressure you. I will gladly burn all of my bridges with anyone, but you do not have to drop any names. We all know who you're talking about.
It's his whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is his entire channel. 95% of content is very heavily weighted towards this sort of, what if this happened during a stream, which is fine.
Yeah.
If it was delivered that way, but it's not. It's delivered from, like I said, a point of view that simply didn't happen. Or if it did, he doesn't know how to talk about it properly to, like, inspire people, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't owe anyone anything. Who am I kidding? Like, it's TikTok. You can make whatever you want.
That's the other kicker, everybody. Like, obviously, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's just silly, like, adult. It's always, what's crazy too, is all adults. Like, unless I'm just not following, like, like Abel's scene, because Abel's in more the younger Twitch scene where they might have their own drama, but from what I can see on TikTok, is just kids like doing tech reviews and talking about streaming and maybe doing clips and averaging hundreds of viewers. Like Low, I don't know if you know who Low is, just a kid, and there's none of this shit. It's all just adults making these weird pity talks, starting these groups. It's that monetization of streaming. How can I get ahead in any way? Do I use emotion? Do I use a group mindset? It's also, like I said, fascinating. I love it.
It's very fun to watch. I didn't necessarily want to get involved in the drama, because that's not what my Twitch stream is about. It's not who I am as a person is about. But there's something very addictive about it, and seeing this go down. It's like, again, it's that view into the human mind, how people behave after an event. Fascinating stuff to me. Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, same. That's why I love just the chats and getting to know everybody, and the idea, what everybody's goals are with streaming, how you're trying to be different. And it's not easy, you guys, but it's so easy to get caught up in it. And that's what I love about it. And at the end of the day, I can turn this off too. I'm very blessed in that sense where I do talk about it a lot and it's kind of a huge part of my life. But I sat down and watched WandaVision the other night and didn't think about streaming, period. And I was just like, oh, I remember this feeling. This is
I
nice.
I'd taken the last 3 days off of streaming, and I still uploaded a couple of YouTube videos during that time, but it was a lot less thought that I was putting into it, and I felt guilty. I often do,
Yeah.
when I don't commit all of my free time to it. Like I almost physically can't at this point, right? Like if I invest any more of myself into content creation, I'm just walking around the house like a zombie. Just ask my wife. Like she puts up with my shit no matter what. And bless that human, I swear. Like I said, I wouldn't be here without her, but it's tough. And I want to dedicate more time. And I feel like if I take a night off, then I'm betraying everything, right?
Ooh. How do you handle burnout? Have you felt burnout, like full on burnout where you're like, I just need to stop? And how do you handle it?
I felt that. So at the end of year one, end of 2019, I'd just gone to TwitchCon and I was streaming every night. Hell, there was some days when I would stream in the afternoon for 6 hours, go and have dinner, like cut off stream, and then restart my stream after dinner because I felt like I had to.
No.
That many hours. So I handle it a lot better now. It's
Yeah.
still definitely a struggle for me, though. I felt like I was letting myself down, my wife down, my chat down. Chat doesn't give a shit if I'm there or not. They'll be watching somebody else, right? Like, it's one of those things where you have to come to terms with the dedication that you give to it is not worth what it's going to cost you,
Yeah.
right?
It's finding the balance. Also, I like how you take time to I've since editing you guys, saying the word like has destroyed me. Whenever I had a public speaker on way back, and I've been trying to have more pauses in my sentences because I know I talk fast and I say like and So I like the breath of just the dead air. Ooh, there's your always be talking, you guys. We can't do that. We're not supposed to do that.
Speaking on that, still, let's put a bow around that.
Yeah.
Always be talking. Like, yes, it is super important to and I even said it in one of my videos. You're the entertainment, right?
Yep.
I think I was stitching. Shit, I forget his name. Game, whatever, doesn't matter.
Gameologist?
Yes.
Yeah, gameologist, yeah.
Yeah. Look, it doesn't matter at this point. When I say always be talking, I don't literally mean always be talking.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that neurodivergency would have that, or that statement would have that impact on people who are neurodivergent.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't realize that the finality of that statement was what mattered. But it's good. I'm growing and learning every single day as well. So
it's tricky. Kat mentioned streaming is everyone's mistress now. Yeah, we're not going to talk about my relationship because it is the opposite of what's happening with you. It's been fun. Has streaming changed you in the real world? Like, has it affected your, besides obviously being a huge part, do you feel you act any differently because of streaming? Like, I'm more outgoing now because of streaming.
yes, in a positive way, I would say too. Ever since starting streaming, I have more confidence when I'm talking.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel more present in conversations. I feel like I matter. A lot of these things, it's so weird. I went through a relationship that was abusive, and I was in that relationship for 6 years, and it definitely had a negative impact on me. Like, I moved to Los Angeles to become an actor originally. That hadn't happened for me yet. Now, it's still not off the table, but it's no longer, one of those things that I regret or will regret not doing. It's something that's a possibility for me.
Yeah.
Whether, whatever, right? But the fact that I have an outlet. I have that creative release. I have work to fill my free time. The one thing I need to do now is start pulling back consuming content in my free time and learn how to create better content, but do it on a level where I'm comfortable with that learning aspect and remove some of the guilt there as well.
I feel
I'm
that.
I'm caught between so many different things, and my full-time job, it definitely pays the bills. It it's what's been it's the reason I've been able to stream as well,
Yeah.
right? Like have access to, the TikTok that goes around now. It's like I have access to adult money now, so I do ridiculous things.
Yep.
Yeah, like it is that, and so yeah, I'm still finding my place. I haven't got this formula worked out yet, and every journey is different, but I'm feeling very comfortable right now.
That's good. I need to
But
I need to work on the not consume content thing because that's all of TikTok for me.
well, that's the thing. If you're going to bed and you stay awake an extra hour, what
Yeah.
does that cost you really? Is it that big of a deal? Probably not, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I've definitely I used to watch YouTube content all the time. I have now pretty much stripped that out, right? I'm now producing more content on YouTube than any other platform,
Ooh. Okay.
and it's yeah. Oh, by the way, if anyone's listening to this, please produce content on YouTube.
Uh.
Please, 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 please do it.
Even
It
if
will
it
help you like you would not believe.
Yeah, even if it's just shorts for right now, even if it's re-uploading your TikToks, in my opinion, it's still a start. Having a base of content.
Yeah, get it started today. Don't wait.
Yeah. Oh, shit's
Further
popping
than
off.
that, don't necessarily cut down your streams. Produce original content for YouTube. It will save you such a huge amount of time. Unless you're a god tier editor that knows exactly where all the funny moments are within a particular stream. Uh, yeah,
Uh,
produce fresh content directly for YouTube. It makes a massive difference.
Stream markers and
Oh
Aaron,
yeah,
my mod, are my life. Like I already have 12 stream markers. That's how I make my highlight video. My highlight videos are what's going on my main page now. The VODs go on a separate
got it.
page because nobody is going to watch 2 hours of me. I mean, people have, they've said it, which by the way, you're saints. I don't know why you would spend, that's bullshit. These conversations are fucking amazing and I stand by that. But any random person finding them, they'll watch the highlights or they'll watch the clips and then maybe move to the highlight and then move to the VODs. But the highlights come from these markers when we have a good conversation or I think, damn, that's fucking heavy. And then from there, I pull out the 15 to 60-second clip that I can chop up. That's how I do it. But those markers are if you guys don't use markers and you don't have, or you try and put segments, I live by my markers. Bless be the
I've watched
mods.
100% of your Able interview and Neo Firefly both
Okay.
because I had an investment
Yep.
emotionally with those people, right?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get that other point of view as well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just immediately hate on someone and run 100% into the darkness with my knives out, right? Like think that's a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun, but also you shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. It's really easy to be the troll, but also it's also I guess it takes time because you have to watch their points of view. But at the end of the day, it's better to come to an even thing. Has his knives out? I don't have my knives out, Cat. Cat is my is the person who I always somehow pick on with the things that she does because she's done tips in the past. Everything I've broken down and been like, this is silly. She's done, and I'm like, no, it's you do it perfectly. Don't stop doing it. It's still content. It's still good. You do it well. I just shit talk a lot.
One really good thing that I think came out recently was the fact that so I think I don't know where the stats came from, whether it was I don't know, something leaked on Twitter or something came out from someone and they had like a graph of all the people that have quote unquote made it on Twitch.
Ooh.
And it's like somehow TikTok got wind of that and now there's a few videos going around saying, I know it's a struggle. It's really tough to sort of, meet expectations and do whatever. But when you take into consideration that, yes, I have 10 viewers, but that still puts me in the 0.2% of Twitch, right? Like I can't remember where it came from, but yeah,
Ooh. I think I did see that.
it's coming out now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's doing the rounds.
Um, I
What
want to
do I
make.
focus on YouTube? Jellybean asks.
The guy on the left looks like Ben. I don't know who Ben is. This might be a troll. Ben, what? What's the kick? Sorry, go on.
My
Bend
content
over.
on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for like almost 10 years now, and I started with goodness, I think I started with Spelunky gameplay, like live gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And then I transitioned into mobile game reviews, and then I ran with that for a long time because I was writing for a company that had an online web presence, and then I think I just got burnt out with that
Yeah.
because the amount of work I was putting into. So I've had a few successful videos on YouTube blow up, and I'm talking millions and millions of views, but it was just trash content. Like I was lucky enough to go to E3
Yeah.
several times, and I recorded footage for like some racing game or something, and that blew up. Like my channel went. I was earning thousands of dollars a month because of this one video, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Took me next to no effort other than, a little bit of PR and talking to the right people at E3. I was really not proud of that. So then I started doing scripted reviews, which I was really proud about.
Okay.
But the amount of work that went into them versus the output I was getting viewership wise, and the fact that I was at one time making thousands of dollars in a month in revenue from YouTube, I don't know, it kind of bummed me out to the point where I was like, this is stupid. And I don't even really like mobile games that much anymore.
Yeah.
So my channel became dormant for a while. And then I thought, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to rebrand everything on YouTube end to coincide with my streaming. And I think that's starting to now take back off again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's always the video you put the least amount of work in that pops off. Not always. That's not always the case. But from what that's what you see. That's what you always notice. You go, I didn't put any fucking work into this. Why is this popping off? I poured my heart and soul into some of these other things. And it's crappy to see because especially, that's really big with people who go, what's my niche? And then the gurus are like, whatever pops off, that's your niche. If you have a video about Valheim and that's it, you just have to start making videos about Valheim. It's like, but I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I don't wanna. YouTube has a algorithm to find.
That's a really tough thing. I think that whole niche argument is, I mean, it's true to a degree. I had one video on TikTok. It's almost at 250,000 views right now.
The arm, right? The
Right.
green screen.
Exactly.
Arm.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was just like, that's like there's a TikTok that has like over 2 million views, and it's just a dude putting his groceries in laundry bins rather than bags. And
I've seen that. Yeah.
Me and Neo Firefly are always just like, what the fuck why? But yeah, that's the one I saw. When that one popped off, I was just like, oh shit, all right, Mcqueeb.
I didn't expect it. Obviously, I chose the sound because it's a funny sound and it worked quite well. But like, it's cool to have that there because it's still technically around streaming. And there's one tip in that I don't think a lot of people realize, and that's where you can actually select a green screen color by using the eyedropper tool in OBS.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that for some reason. I should have done another video on that.
Do it. It's so bizarre. Like the stream markers I mentioned, so many people go, "What's a stream marker?" I'm like when I had her on, Lexi, she was like, "What do you?" I write notes. I have a piece of paper and I write notes. I was like, you can pull it into OBS. How have none of the hundreds of people you work with tell you can use stream markers?
Yeah.
But that's that shit that pops off on TikTok. It's that educational content educational to a certain extent, but I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it, Green screen arm.
I can't tell you how much I'm actually enjoying this conversation. It's so nice, like I said at the beginning, to not have to worry about setting everything up. I'm just here chatting to somebody, and it's nice for a change. I like that. I like that. I feel like I have an actual human friend.
Well, I forgot to mention I'm actually a robot. No, dude, I think, oh man, I don't know. That's the space I want to open is I want to have honest conversations. I just want to hang out with friends. Even if I don't know, like we didn't talk prior to this. I mean, we've talked in stitches and comments and stuff, but that's the beauty of what I've learned or what I've gained from streaming is just being able to pop into people's general Discord chats and talk to people honestly. But for some reason, there's still a wall with a lot of people, and obviously it comes with maybe you've been slighted in some way or someone's tried to use you. But I just mentioned this before as well. If somebody wants to fucking try, or I'll turn it into content. It's so easy to be nice and genuine, I guess. I don't know. I'm glad you're having a good time. Were you nervous before you came on?
No. Again, like you've taken 90% of the weight off my shoulders straight away just by hosting this, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not recording. I'm not doing anything on my end. It's just wonderful to talk to somebody, and it's talking about a topic that I happen to like very much. So
Same.
Oh, good to be here.
I mean, we don't even. I might get to the point where I stop talking about streaming with some guests because it's, obviously I'm gonna go through conversations I've already had, but everybody has. Even though when I first started this, I realized even two people playing Call of Duty are having different streaming experiences. Everybody's like, yeah, you can boil it down to, oh, it's just another dude playing Call of Duty, but they might be going through a different community. They might be going through a different evolution of how they build their stream. So everybody has their own unique story, and I'm interested in. That sounds like a fucking commercial. I'm interested in hearing their stories. Like I truly this is, like you said, fascinating. I love having these conversations, and I'm just glad that you're having a good time. I'm glad I'm not too chaotic.
No, and I mean we've got unstable Pisces here for that, so no, we're good.
The unstableness itself. Do you guys, did we miss anything in chat, by the way? Was there any questions? I know we've kind of gone off on tangents. Wildcat, what is up, Wildcat? Anyone who I didn't say hello to, I apologize. Hello in advance. I will give you all. Does my suh dude work? I'll give you a suh dude. Nope, it doesn't work. That's cool. I'll give you guys. My mower doesn't work.
Spelled honored the right way. Wow.
With the U. Yuck.
I saw a video the other day from, well, I don't. That's the thing with TikTok, right? Don't get me started on part twos because I can never find the part two on somebody that produces a shit ton of content. It's like and follow for part two. I'm like, sick. I really want to see how this Jello mold for dice ends up. Then you go to their channel, and it's like, okay, we're on a different. Okay, yep. Scroll, page after page after page, and you cannot find it. And I think we even briefly spoke about this on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
About, I don't think it was ever TikTok's intention to have a part two system, and they won't increase the length because that's the whole draw for TikTok.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't. That was a tangent. I can't even remember what we were talking about.
It was just that. It was a tangent because we were talking about shit we like, and I was saying hello to everybody I maybe missed.
Yes. Sorry, I remember now. Unstable Pisces produced a video where it was talking about, I think, the fact that he has an American-ish accent leads me to believe he's in Canada.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
He is indeed in Canada.
And he was talking about UBI and how that's really helped him become a full-time streamer.
Oh, yes. I think that was his most recent video. He's talking about checking your privilege. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I can't remember, but I was like, yeah, that's a good thing. I wish we had that. But that's comical in the United States to even think about. So
I mean, hey, they play with us. We just got another stim check. Hey, thanks guys.
Just enough, right? It's like your job paying you just enough to not quit.
That is a whole fucking thing. I mean, we can dial back into Twitch in that sense. That's another reason I'm angry and people get angry at me about is the fact that Twitch takes so much. I mean, jumping off of America's whole system, but back to Twitch is the fact that Twitch takes 50%. If you guys want to choose to help support my page financially, why wouldn't you just donate? There's the camaraderie, yes, of gifting subs and bits because they're more exciting than a donation away. But like if a donation goes off, I still have a cool GIF and some sounds that play. Like if you guys sign up for my Patreon, there's a whole dance number that I do. Like it's still an event. Like where's the disconnect? You still have to put your PayPal information in. Like how do you feel about that? Like why do people prefer to throw money at Twitch rather than direct? Like what's that?
I actually don't mind it. I realize 50% is a lot, right?
Yeah.
And that goes back into what I was talking about before with the subscription model and Twitch being able to stay alive, right? If Twitch folds, which, let's be honest, may happen one day, that would suck, right? Like, tens of thousands, millions of people would be forced off platform to find a new home instantly. And then it's going to be like another land rush on a different platform until that one folds. I mean, I don't think people realize how expensive video streaming platforms cost to run and the bandwidth required. Yeah. Oh, but you're owned by Amazon. Yes, you're a subsidiary of Amazon. That's a completely different story. If you can't stand on your own 2 feet without the support of Big Daddy, like, it says a lot about a company. I have big opinions on Twitch, but I certainly don't mind the subs. And at least chatters get, no ads and a cool emote to use or whatever, right?
Yeah. There's definitely, once again, I don't want to devalue being affiliate or that. It's, if you think of it from a business aspect, why would you give 50% of your income and then tax to your stores, like paying overpriced rent for your storefront in a way? From like the business side of things, in my mind, I don't know. That's how I think of it. I know people get kind of shitty and weird when you talk about money, but at the end of the day, like you said, if you want to make this a business, I want to think about making I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'm sleeping on money. You guys, should I go back on affiliate? What am I saying? I'm confused.
So I think a lot of people, is it the multi-streaming aspect?
Nah. I love multi-streaming. I like the idea that my video will live on YouTube. Maybe at some point I'll have an audience on YouTube and I can if I have 10,000 subs on YouTube, I mean, YouTube is underutilized for live, in my opinion, right now. At least on my page, for sure. I only have, 200 subs. Hey, guys, go follow me on YouTube. What are you doing? Shit done.
I've already done it. Don't you worry about that. That was done a long time ago.
But the fact that I would technically be sleeping on an audience on that other platform and they could be seeing the same thing, and I have a bot that relays, or they can see it on screen, or it's my job to make sure that regardless of where my audience is at that time, they still feel involved with the show. Why would I sleep on that? Especially since my main focus here is building. I'm financials out the window. I want to build a viewership. I want to build a base. I want to build a brand. And if it means doing it for free for a while, I'm fine with it.
The 24-hour clause just got brought up by Jelly Bean.
Yeah.
And that is kind of a shitty move by Twitch. It's company first there, no doubt. It keeps people on platform.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the biggest things that sucks about Twitch, in all honesty. It means that I have to put in an additional layer of thought, right? Like, let's say I achieve a world record in a specific game and I want to post it elsewhere. Yes, I can share my Twitch VOD, right? Yeah. Or a clip or a highlight or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't want that traffic necessarily to go there. I want that YouTube video to blow up, because that's what YouTube's for. It's for evergreen content.
Yeah.
Which isn't for that. No one's going to come to my Twitch page and watch my VODs unless they're already invested in me. They can't search for, brand new, I don't know, pick a game, Mario something world record, right? Like, yeah. They're not going to come to Twitch for that, right? They'll come to Twitch to see an XQC and say, hey, why did XQC get banned from NoPixel? Whatever, right? Like this that's the problem. Yeah, I dislike that immensely. The whole exclusivity thing really does suck. And it's no other platform does that, which is even more interesting when you think about it.
Yeah.
Twitch has so much competition right now, and that competition is growing daily. There's new platforms popping up all over the place, and Twitch are going to find themselves in a unique situation soon. I definitely think that if things do go that way, it'll be YouTube primarily,
Oh yeah.
maybe closely followed by Facebook, but even then, that's a very weird platform to have.
Facebook is Facebook feels so snaky. There's Facebook partnered streamers who have been streaming on Twitch because they know that it's Facebook is this weird ad monster, and it's Facebook is I don't have enough information on it to really dive into that, but I'm currently streaming on Facebook to nobody, which is fine, but it's there. I'm doing it. It's the fact is I have the option, so I'm doing it, but I don't it's not an option as far as streaming games, I think, because literally their partnered streamers are taking time to stream on Twitch. Hey guys, what's that say about your platform? You know? And YouTube is YouTube. YouTube is always, I love YouTube. In fact, if you guys would please move over to YouTube, you can watch it in full quality. The app is better. Like, the only thing you're missing is, I don't even know. What are you missing? Your real name shows up. I'm sorry. Change your YouTube account. But yeah, I know a bunch of streamers who are going over to YouTube now too because of they saw the debacle with the branding system. There's like, I don't trust this, or the chargeback, the sub chargebacks. They're like, this is bullshit. I'm like,
Oh boy, yeah.
you come on, read into it, you dummies.
Where did that come from? It came from some insider source. It leaked somehow. I think, right? It was on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't.
Every graphic that you see is the exact same graphic with that circled box. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless it's announced, I don't think that I don't think people just jump on Twitch just because. Twitch do fuck up regularly.
Yeah.
They don't think through ideas. They don't listen to people who are professionals in particular fields. I say this jokingly, but I swear during every meeting, product development meeting, there's somebody in that room that says, should we maybe consult somebody on this beforehand? And the project manager's like, yes, we definitely should. Ship it. It fucks up. Let's retract it. Repeat, right? Every single time.
Yep.
Every single time. A lot of people hate on Twitch on their, particular stances on transparency and quote unquote Emmett Shear himself. I was in that room when he said it. Hold us accountable. That they don't follow through with a lot, and they have definite, cause to be scrutinized, but I don't know. I think people need to wait and calm down just a little bit on every infraction, though.
Yeah, but it's so much more fun to,
I mean, where's the lie?
let's be honest. It's so much more fun to jump to conclusions. I mean, shit, it's only human. You are describing Activision and Warzone right now. Yeah.
Oh, pick a company. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's a lot of them. Why was Doc banned? We'll never know. He knows. I mean, he has to know. Dr. Disrespect, he has to know why he was banned. If not for
he used that. He used the whole, secrecy surrounding the situation.
Yeah.
To his advantage.
Oh, 100%.
He had an empty channel live on Twitch for 48 hours or something before he went live. Sorry, on YouTube before he went live on a different platform to mark his massive return.
Yeah.
And he received more in a day than I would in a year.
Yep.
With no content on the screen. It was hilarious to watch. It was fascinating.
That's that shit that people get this idea. They're just like, well, it seems so easy, but it's so much more. It's so much more. He knows what he's doing. They know what they're doing, everybody. We're all just Muppets. We're all just dancing and singing down here. It's fun, but I love it. I love the outrage. Nobody's going to charge back your subs. Take it easy. You don't have to run to YouTube. I mean,
no, and if they did, just straight up ban them. And if they do it multiple times, Twitch will ban them. You don't have anything to worry about, right?
Yeah. It's fun stuff. All All right, open up to any questions. Any questions for Mcqueeb? There might have been one about acting. How was acting? I know that you pursued it. What type of acting? Like theater? What got you into acting?
I've always felt a creative something,
Okay.
like a need to make something. The reason I wanted to get into acting, 2004.
Real quick, pineapple on pizza.
We can end this stream right now if you want. I don't know.
That was the question. That was the question. I always do that. I ask questions and then go into my own question. So, real quick, pineapple and then acting.
No, it's the most disgusting thing ever. You're not even human if you enjoy that.
Stream is over.
No, look, I'm not going to hate on what people like. I'm going to let people. I'm not going to gatekeep, fruit, if that's the thing. But yeah, for me, no. That's a hard pass.
Anyway, so you got into acting.
I walked out of Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire movie.
Okay.
And I had a feeling during that one moment. I was like, I felt like electric.
Wow.
I walked out of that cinema with I was actually moved by a comic book character on screen to the point where I felt like I was Spider-Man or I could be Spider-Man. And
Damn.
it was that one moment when I thought that I would love to, instill that feeling in somebody else one day. So I went to Australia's most prestigious acting school for a couple of years and moved to the UK. And I did a few very small things, like small, friends projects, and I did a commercial, and I did like couple of things, but nothing really stand out, right? Like I never really got my break.
Yeah.
I produced my own short film. That was an amazing experience. I got together a group of people, and on a shoestring budget, we pulled this thing together. And what we got as a result of that was such a polished product. We went to the Cannes Film Festival. We didn't, we weren't featured or anything, but we self-submitted, so we went there just for the experience.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. I moved to the United States, moved to Los Angeles, and then that brings in that whole, relationship that I was in. That it didn't crush my dreams, but it definitely set me back a rung or two on my passion path. So.
Do you think we'll get cosplay? I'll get to your question in a hot second. Do you think streaming is sort of fulfilling that for you to perform? Streaming has been able to fill that in some way? Because that's...
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I can even see myself potentially parlaying streaming into an acting career. It's an odd way of going about things, but I can see that roadmap is definitely laid out in front of me.
Do it. Do it.
I mean, there's nothing,
I love that. I fucking love that shit that you make it. I was talking with Neo Firefly last night about this, is turning your stream into how are you investing in your future with your stream? And it's shit like that. How can I make something that was a passion that led me to streaming in a sort of way and then turn it back into that passion? Like Harris Heller is back into music. He made stream beats. He was always a music guy, and he used streaming to bring it all back into fucking stream beats. And that is so hard to do. Yeah. But it's shit like that is...
He hit that at the perfect time. It's almost like he saw it coming.
He did. He says he did.
Yeah.
Because he was in that music mind. He came from music, and he saw that in streaming. And he said, I know exactly what I have to do.
Yeah. And I think he's turning profit now, right? Like he's finally just gone in the green.
Oh, he's...
What do they say? No, that it's in the black, right?
Yeah. It's in the black. He's a making the money now. He said I could completely stop streaming and everything because of the money I make on stream beats alone.
Good for him. Good.
Like, he making the money. But yeah, that's shit like that. Make it... Oh, I would love to see just the next fucking Spider-Man. You're just, just in the next Spider-Man. And they said, we found him from streaming. Like, obviously, there's so much more to that and blah, blah, blah. But, like, I love that. That's sick. That's the shit I like to hear. Sorry, everybody who just plays Warzone and thinks they're gonna get famous, but and mean and bully, and always brings it back to being a bully. Jack Murillo and his inset. Oh, but okay, what cosplay said. Ask Mcqueeb how his wife handles the lack of time and attention from him. I feel like so much time into content makes relationships difficult to prioritize. Very good question. Very heavy.
So on top of allowing me so much time to do what I do, she has her own sort of side projects going on as well. And she's able to do that at the same time as taking care of the house. And I call them our children. They're not human children, obviously, but they are to me. And
Okay.
I'll die on that hill. But
We're talking about the snakes,
no,
I believe.
she is a very unique human being. She's very understanding. She's very forgiving. Puts up with a lot of my shit. Surprised she's still with me.
Oh my God.
No, she's lovely. And yeah, we have, it's dysfunctional, but it's functional. Does that make sense?
I understand it. I can appreciate that. That's very, very good. Does she do anything? I think you kind of said it. Anything creative in particular? Like, can we find her work anywhere?
I'm not gonna talk about her work at all.
That's totally fine. I respect that. I totally respect that. But that balance is super hard. I mean, like I've mentioned before, my previous relationship this was the nail in the coffin in a way. And that's on me. That's a whole thing. I'm not going to go into it, but
I've seen that happen actually on more than one occasion. And look, she like I said, she puts up with a lot, and I owe everything that my channel has become to her. We communicate as much as we can, and moments when and so I still need to learn how to act or how to behave in certain situations.
okay.
Right? So like if I'm stressed from work and I've got, videos due, or an interview to do on a Saturday afternoon or whatever.
I'm sorry if I'm keeping you.
Oh, please, it's fine. I need to communicate that
Yeah.
in a way where I'm sort of getting everyone on the same page, right?
Yeah.
But do it respectfully. And I have to not become short when I'm at my peak of stress. I have to, use my words. And yeah, like we have tough days, I think most couples do, but I need to do a better job there. That's one area of growth that I'm also working on, is sort of communicating better. Because I get, when I'm shitty, I get shitty, and I hate that about myself. But I'm working on it. We're getting there.
Mr. Snackham says, use your I statements. Hey, this just turned into a session. Welcome, everybody. Anime Daddy. Sessions with Anime Daddy. Of all the fucking names, how'd you get the name? What's the Mcqueeb?
So here's a funny thing. I have so many. I get asked this all the time. I have 100 different stories. So every time somebody asks me, I'll just come up with a different story to tell them. It's kind of like Joker's origin story, right? From The Dark Knight. Like,
I can dig that.
It has never. I've never actually said where it comes from. It's hilarious.
Okay.
That may be a special day when that actually does happen.
I love that. Give us I guess, Mr. What's your favorite? Give us one of your favorites to say. What's one of your favorite?
Oh God. Yeah, I had an 8th grade math teacher whose last name was Van der Beek, which is from the brook in Dutch. I took the sound of that, the bake, and I flipped it. And I don't know why that's ever stuck with me, but I was looking for a new branding situation, and for some reason that came up. Another one. Our dog's name is Zoe.
Okay.
And how you kind of have pet names for animals, and they kind of evolve over time. So it went Zoe to Zoini to Weenie to Weebus to Queebus to Queeb to Mcqueeb, and I decided to run with that. Pick one. It doesn't matter. I never give it away.
Jesus. All right.
Somebody asked, how do I keep ego out of the stream? I don't I don't understand the question there quite.
My ego is the stream.
Well, I don't feel like I'm very proud of the product that I make.
Yeah.
I'm proud of who I am on stream. I'm very much, like what you see is what you get.
Same.
And my wife would she does often actually back me up on that from time to time.
Mr.
She'll come into stream. She'll bring snakes to me so that I can show them off during the stream.
Hell yeah.
Quite funny.
His middle name is Mcqueeb. You seem very humble, is what I believe he is saying. Unbelievable. All right. Here's the deal. We're at 6:34. I'm going to run real quick. I just literally have to put the bowl out for my dog because it's dinner time. And I'm going to run right back. Can everybody ask a question or vamp for me for a second? And I'm a professional. All right. 5 seconds.
I'll take care of them. Don't worry.
Take care of my audience. Yeah.
Well, it's my chat now. So, how's everyone doing today? This is a really chill chat, by the way. I'm very impressed. He's running a tight ship here, despite the look of haphazardness. It's like, oh, I'm so wild, I'm crazy. He knows exactly what's going on. I appreciate that, Sleepwalker. Thank you very much. That's you're more than welcome to watch. The games that I play might not be your thing. I do play indie games, so how do I stay humble while growing? Now that's a good question, Jellybean. Honestly, it's that end goal of sort of producing a content that will sustain my family, right? Where I can support an entire household with a streaming income or a content creation income. That's what's sort of keeping me grounded. I need to take care of my family. So this is my product that we're talking about. Any good indie horror games? I generally stay away from horror games, in all honesty.
I made it. What'd I miss? Yeah, I remember watching a show today, and the one scene there was an actor who looks like Anime Daddy, and Neon goes, this guy will play anime in the Netflix version of a Twitch show. Jesus. I will not bus it.
I love the trends on TikTok. It's kind of wild. And I love how quickly they spread too. And then some of them, and then after like a month, you see one pop up. It's like, no, that's not around anymore. That's not a thing. What are you doing?
Yeah, I did oh man. I know the bus it one is the one we joke about, but it's so old now. I did, the one where you get up, where it's no music, and then it's like the serious music, where like, this.
Oh, yeah.
I did that one a little late, but I'm still seeing people doing that now.
So that's stuck around, but the music's changed.
Yeah.
There's another version of it.
Yeah.
I prefer the original, though. I think it's better. It's like,
same.
Why don't you do it then?
Yeah. That's, I guess, actually one of the few trends I do. I don't really do trends on TikTok, and I'm always with a T, told to try doing trends. I just don't know. I feel like I want to be different on the platform, even though the platform kind of begs to be trended,
I think if you strike me as the kind of person that, while you might give off the impression that you don't care what people think, I think deep down you do, much like myself, right?
Oh, I care what people think about. I just don't let it dictate what I do, if that makes sense. Like, it might seem like it where I say I don't want to do trends. Like, it's more like indecision with the trend thing, but I definitely, I 100%.
I think you could pull it off more than anyone else because of how sort of jokey you are, how against the grain you go. I think if you did it in a satirical way, you could do whatever you wanted. Yeah. You could do the red light doorway stand thing. You could do the
I think
pick one.
I think it comes from the fact that I see that is what TikTok is everything putting a twist on it. It's not original. The biggest problem I had when I played music was, who the hell am I? What am I doing? I mean, I could say that about podcasts, but I've gotten to a comfortable thing with podcasts is I can't write a song like I don't know, Abbey Road or some bullshit. Like think of any amazing song ever. Like everything sounds the same, right? In theory, like everything's been done with the internet, especially now. Who am I to just do my twist? And yes, I know that it's what it's all about, and that's all in my own head. But I feel like me on the platform, I need to be doing something completely different. But like you said, I should. Maybe I should, and everyone does. We're talking about me now. Sorry, everybody. Oh.
Did I buy an SM7B because of streaming, or did I have one before? I had an AT4040 before from doing YouTube and a little bit of voice work before, but I moved to the SM7B. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same that goes with making YouTube content or the people who do tips. Like the Catliente shamelessly does every tip, doesn't matter if it's simple. The Ethernet cord one, plugging in an Ethernet cord, that's your streamer tip for the day? Cat, come on.
Cat can do whatever she wants.
She can do whatever the fuck she wants, and I love it. April 10th, she's on the show.
Yep.
Killing it. But that's that shit. That's that shit where I go, yes, I just need to do it. People will get to know me more. It's that putting my personality in the trends, but I have to get past my own mental blockade. So why don't you do trends? I mean, you've done a couple of videos, but like, why aren't you?
I'll always do them stupidly though.
Oh yeah.
Like I did that one. I did 2 trends in one. You noticed the last video I did, yeah?
Yeah.
With the monthly streamer update videos, which I find, are they motivational? Are they demotivational in a way? I don't know. That's an excellent question. But I chose to do that, and I was like, let's do the current trend on top of that. I thought it was funny.
First of all, part of me knew that's what was going to happen because I know I'm starting to see people's, obviously clearly what they'll do in their personalities with their TikToks, but as far as people showing their numbers, Kat did it. Kat the Mao did it. Kat, have you done one recently? I don't think so. She did that, and then maybe a day or so later or before, I made fun of it, and she said, Jordan, stop attacking me. And it's the fact that you are allowed to celebrate. I made a tweet about this. Once again, if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, please. I love interacting with people on Twitter now. I made a tweet that said, celebrate your numbers. This is what along the lines. Celebrate your numbers, that's fine. You are allowed to celebrate your numbers. It's fantastic. Don't let that be your whole thing. Don't let that be what dictates your audience. Doing the I'm blue, dabu dee, dabu die, and saying this is what I got, or the fucking the cat song or whatever. I get it. You want to celebrate, but when it's constant or when it seems like it's the only thing you do, or you're maybe gloating, there's a fine line. So me personally, I don't celebrate numbers. That's a me thing, but I think it's okay within a certain degree. That's my thought on those. This is what I've gained for this month situation.
I mean, I do celebrate numbers, but I do it privately, and I do that objectively. Like, again, I have that number I need to hit before I can quit my job, right?
What's up, Roxy?
And I think there's definitely, like, I keep my live viewers active. I don't see who's in stream, but I do see how many people are in stream.
Yeah.
And that gives me real-time feedback on...
Oh, you watch your viewer count.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't do it. Like right now, as far as I'm concerned, I have 1,000 viewers. I can't do it.
Dude, you are way off. It's at least 3 times that.
Fuck yeah, I made it. No, I'm sure. I always assume I have like 10, but as long as people are chatting or having a good time, or the conversation's good. But anyway, you watch your followers or not your followers, your viewership. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, that gives me real-time feedback on what I'm doing.
Okay.
If I change games, I see the drop, and I'm fortunate in that I don't really, the number, the quantity doesn't bother me. Yes, it's nice to see that number grow when I'm doing things right, but I need to know when I'm doing things wrong as well, so I can course correct if need be.
Makes sense.
Switching games is kind of an anomaly because that's gonna have an impact no matter what. There's nothing I can really do about that other than not change games, and I'm not gonna do that. You know.
Sorry, I just saw.
Do I have a whole day in the life? Sorry, let me. Day in the life. Snakes. Okay, underline that one. No, I haven't done one. I did have a few snake videos on TikTok actually, but I deleted them once I figured out. Well, once I was told how TikTok works, because I tag them snakes, completely different than my, than my Twitch related content. And I want to be present on TikTok, in terms of the Twitch community.
Yeah.
I still consider myself a small streamer. I don't think I would be accepted in that group on TikTok. I think I would be attacked for that because of my numbers.
Yeah.
I'm the road is so long for me that yes, in my mind, I'm a baby streamer. I've been doing this less than 2 years.
I honestly, the way you explain it, the way from talking to people and what I see, you're still technically a smaller streamer in the grand scheme of things. In the statistics of Twitch, even though someone with, what was it, 5 viewers is the top 1%, there's so many factors I think that go into it. I think you decide when you're not a small streamer. I think I just said
that's it, and it's that benchmark, or that line that you draw when you've made it, quote unquote. That's going to be different for everybody. Like I said, I'm not even doing this, despite putting in full-time hours. I'm not technically a full-time streamer. And then sometimes I wish, like, God, if I didn't have to work today, what I could accomplish. Let's be honest, I'd probably sleep in half the day, but that would give me more energy for when I was awake, right? I could look after my body a little bit better,
My days off, I don't even, yeah, I think I get stuff done, but I definitely feel a lot more comfortable with the amount of time I spend working on my streaming stuff on my days off. Like I feel like I put the same amount of time in, but I just have more clarity when I'm not working my full-time job and then run home to get to the streaming stuff,
Do I have my actual stream up to get instant data compared to delay in OBS? So on the technical side of things, it's going to be delayed no matter what.
Yeah,
when you see it in OBS, that's about a minute delayed.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that the viewers are the same as chatters. The number of chatters, including bots, is one thing, but chat runs on an IRC platform, whereas an open stream to your actual content is completely separate.
Yeah.
I have OBS up so I can preview what the output is. That's super handy. Obviously, if there's an issue, then I want to correct it as quickly as possible. No, I think I had to turn off follow announcements a while back, and I don't thank people anymore for that.
Ooh, okay.
That's been about 6 months since I've had to do that, and it's for the better. I think a lot of people prefer not to be called out. Like, so I've noticed when I end stream, a bunch of follows will come through, because those people might be introverts. They might not want to, have that recognition.
Interesting.
I think that's something that's often not talked about. People talk about these little avatars at the bottom of the screen that run around and sort of talk to each other. And you seen them? What are they called?
There's stream avatars. You want to talk about
avatars.
why I did my whole series with Cat Liente about going anonymous. I keep getting questions like, why do you think you need to be anonymous? Why do you think you need to be a non-chat? It's like, I just want to watch somebody sometime. And there have been times where I've jumped in a stream and a random small streamer, someone with low views, or maybe someone I just want to see what's up. I don't have the time to sit and chat. Like, I just want to see what is up. And my name will jump up on an avatar, or they'll be watching who's in their chat and call me out immediately. And then it's aggressive. And it's like, whoa, dude. Like, it's do your show. Yeah, stream avatars are tricky.
It's weird that, like, I thought it would react, and I don't even know if it's an option on stream avatars end, but if I'm just sitting in the chat, I don't really want to have my name on screen. That's weird, right? That gives me away. It sort of points me out.
I might get rid of follower alerts. This is a pretty convincing art, especially for the fact that this show kind of begs to be watched or listened to. It's not to take it away from the people who do take part, but the chat's there. I have the chat there for people who want to. Maybe I should take the chat away. Nah, I like you guys too much.
Oh, Jellybean says that you can only have chatters. Okay, that's good. That's good.
But so you took follower alert away. That's interesting.
So during the big raids that I've had,
Yeah,
especially the ones that I was talking about before, there's no way I could keep up, right?
that's true.
I just have to apologize and run with it.
Yep.
on my OBS alerts now, I don't have follower alerts visible. I have a second screen with like everything on it, just so I can sort of filter through if need be.
Yeah.
Um, but no, that's I don't know. I found that it's nice. People come to my stream because they want to. They either want to fall asleep, they want to have a chill place to hang out in, forget their worries for just a few hours, and just have someone not screaming at them. That's it. That's one of the reasons why I don't often play multiplayer games is for that reason. I don't trust anyone else with my chat other than me.
Yep. It's another person, the other partner streamer I had on, Sword Mouse, chill streamer, plays indie games. People come to him. I can listen to. He has like
You got a link for that? Just sword mouse?
yeah, just at Sword Mouse. I don't know if I can even add him in the chat. Aaron, do you mind if you can just at Sword Mouse? Appreciate you. But the chill streamer, exactly that. I correlate it to an art stream. Some of my favorite streams are art or music streams because all I have to do is turn on and there's just this. Sorry, Luke. I know you hate the word vibe. Another one of our. We have words. We need a list. I'm making a channel in the Discord, by the way, you guys. Join the Discord for vocabulary, for our banned words, and then the words I mess up. But it's just putting the TV on in the background, right? I just want that. The nice, calm. It doesn't always have to be crazy. It doesn't always have to be the most exciting thing in the world. You like jazz?
I've had people listen to me on the way home in the car.
Yeah, that's bizarre, but yeah.
That was a new one for me.
Yep.
I don't know. I enjoy. And again, this comes back to having a conversation. It's why I'm enjoying this so much. It's that while you're on, you don't have to be, this caricature of yourself. God, I hate that word. It's difficult to maintain. That's a lot of mental gymnastics required to keep that up, right?
Yep.
I remember when I first started streaming, I was having a conversation with someone at work, and he says, "Oh, you've got to have." I said, "I'm about to start streaming," and he said, "You've got to have a gimmick. You've got to have a character or something that stands out." And I said, "Why?" And he brought up Dr. Disrespect, and yes, that works for him, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's a toxic trait, dude. Why would I want to be this guy that is so, angry and calls people out and is this sort of... I guarantee you he's not like that with his family.
I would
like that with his friends.
Hope not. I mean, that guy would be...
Well, I mean, maybe, right?
He'd be a lot to be around. He'd be cool in a comedy circle of friends because everybody's always roasting each other. But there's a balance. Yeah, I hate the whole idea of... I came into streaming thinking I had to be a certain way, to be completely honest. I dialed it down maybe a little bit or brought it up. I thought it had to be exciting. And then luckily I found this where I'm me, I'm talking. I like to have conversations. But I think there's that mindset as people will see the bigger... just that personalities, their caricature. Wow, I can't even say that word either.
It's a hard word to say. So I went to TwitchCon 2019, and I was an affiliate at the time,
okay,
and I was just looking around, and everybody was this big personality, right? So you had people recording themselves and being this wild sort of presenter type character,
especially in that atmosphere.
People had come up to me and say, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I'm just like, "Cool," like a networking opportunity, or even just to make a friend.
Yeah.
And instead, they look at the badge that says affiliate and they'd just be like, "All right, so I'm just gonna go over here and have a conversation." And it was like,
really?
That is weird to me. That is super weird. They weren't people at that event because this is their one shot to make it, right?
That's so fucking asinine.
Let me tell you another story, right? I was at a movie premiere in LA, and it was a small movie that was made in New Zealand, and a friend of mine who was an actress in the film took me to that event. And James Cameron just happened to be there because he was either interested in the film or he's big into like New Zealand cultural stuff.
Yeah.
So he was there, and I, being a friend of the actress that was in the film, got to sit down and have a beer with him. Now, I could have used that as my one shot, right? Like, I want to be an actor. Here's James Cameron sitting in front of me. And instead, I just sat there and shut my mouth. And we had a great conversation. I used to work in one of the buildings that was taken over to shoot Avatar 2. So we had to move. And I told him that story. And he's like, well, of course, I'm James Cameron. Like,
fuck yeah.
Like, our entire team had to move buildings to go elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
And we were having a great chat, enjoying just regular conversation, right? This other person came up and said, "Hey, Jim, I'm a big fan." Shook the guy's hand, and he said, "Hey, look, I'm working on this project." And as soon as he said those words, this look came over his face, like, here we go again. Like, he must get this every single hour of his waking life, right?
Yeah.
And it was so fascinating to watch. And he handled it well, but I could tell that he was supremely uncomfortable. And I'm really glad that, I got to have that moment. He'll probably never remember that, but I won't forget it anytime soon.
Yeah. That's super relevant with the whole, jumping back to the collab, like John C on TikTok. I don't know if you saw him. He did the whole thing like, what do you want from me? I don't know if you saw that TikTok. He went on a whole like rant, and he kind of worded it wrong because we word things wrong constantly. And he's just like, you people come out of the woodwork, you want to play games with me and stuff. What do you want? What do you like? I don't just play with anyone. What are you getting out of playing games with me? And it's a shitty mentality, but it's, in a way, it's true. Like, that's the muddiness of collabing or networking with other streamers, is at the end of the day, you think, oh, they're going to steal my audience, or, oh, they're just working with me for clout. Like, shit, I think the thing is, I could work with Ludwig tomorrow, and it doesn't mean I've garnered an audience. I'm not stealing his viewership. It's just, I don't know, it's so weird.
Don't even get me started about the whole steal viewership idea. God, oh my God. Okay.
I mean, fuck, we might have to do a second one of these. No, I want to hear about your thoughts on stealing viewership. All right. Stealing viewership. Anybody have any final questions? I know chat is now fucking popping off. And then I'm going to do like 3 lightning round questions because I have to ask you what your streamer tip is. Every video now has to have a streamer tip. But how do you feel about the stealing viewership? If you can kind of like consolidate that. Which I'm sure you can't, but...
Let's say you self-promote in my stream, and it happens every once in a while.
Okay.
I don't have a negative. Well, I do feel like it's a negative, but that's because you're taking advantage of me right now. That's it. That's the only thing that I really care about. Do I think that anyone in their right mind is going to leave my stream for somebody else who says they're going to start streaming now?
Yeah.
No. Right? Like, and if they do, that's fine. You're allowed to bounce from place to place. Like, I'm not going to stop someone. You've got to accept that, as chats are fickle. If they did leave, I promise you they'll be back. It's okay. But at the same time, no. The only thing that really impacts me there from that sort of event is the fact that you have the audacity to take advantage of me right now. And I'm going to treat you like a human. I'm going to be like, all right, dude, have a great stream, whatever. If you allow that behavior long term in your chat, you could potentially let that fester and become a huge negative, especially on a growing stream.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
It's very weird for me because literally my show is called Streamer Shoutout, but a couple shows ago, I just told people, drop your links. Hey, everybody, drop your fucking links. Because what's that going to do? When you shout someone out, and I've done this before, and this is fucked up, but it was a test, and I wanted to see. I went into a couple channels where I've I have a relationship with the streamer, and they went, "Holy fucking shit, it's Anime Daddy," because I'm fucking dope. And they said, "Shouts out Anime Daddy." And I watched my stream Elements or whatever the fuck it is. Sorry, I'm 12. I'm 12 years old, and I watched and saw if anybody followed that. And out of 3 of those streams where I got 2 to 3 shout outs, nobody followed me. Nobody followed me. They said up and down. And that's part of putting in the work as a streamer and a content creator. It's not, there's no one you get noticed, and it's the same with raids, hosts, working with other streamers. It goes so, it's constant. The only reason I've gained any traction is because I've built real relationships and made friends with all of these creators. And it's, even then, I don't expect an audience out of it. Best case scenario, I make some friends and I stop doing this. I can actually play some fucking video games. But yeah, those shout outs, that self promotion, dropping links, it's so alien to me that people don't understand that doesn't work. But it's so easy. Is that why? Like, is it because it's so easy to just drop a link? What's the mindset behind that?
I remember way back when I started, and I'm streaming to nobody or a couple of people, and one of those is myself. And definitely, like, people say, you know, if you have to have a stream open to have that +1, do it anyway, because it's really helpful, because Twitch has no discoverability. If they could search for, you know, Minecraft streamer, chill atmosphere, LGBTQ, like, that would be a great opportunity, but Twitch just hasn't jumped on that yet. They really need to, 100%.
Yeah. Jelly, what was I'm sorry, I'm taking yes, perfect. Jelly, you asked, Mcqueeb, do you plan streams out or just go live? And if you do plan, what does it look like?
I put a lot of thought. So in my when I'm not streaming, pre-stream, let's call it my day job time, right? I've got a lot of time to think about what I want to do in that stream, what I want to accomplish. A lot of my thoughts lately are like, what game should I play? Because I want to get deep into a game and really invest time, because that gives me a sense of accomplishment on top of everything else. So that's where a lot of my thoughts go into. Would I say I plan streams? Not necessarily, no. I might have a few things to talk about in the back of my mind, especially if I had, you know, a unique day. But no, I don't plan them.
Okay, interesting. I don't. I plan my streams clearly because there's shows. I don't think you have to plan your streams. I think you can organically, besides like choosing a game and stuff. To me, it makes sense to plan a stream. If you're trying to make YouTube content, like specific, if you want to truly put out a YouTube video, you think, okay, what can I do on stream today that'll translate into a YouTube? It's that whole Ludwig has a segment, and then, you know, he plays games and stuff. I think that's a good idea if you really want to put content out and push things, but I don't think you need to plan streams. Gray area, guys. It's another fucking gray area.
Again, like my situation is
yeah,
rather unique.
Yeah,
I think. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that stream full time and that work as well. But in saying that, like, yeah, I don't know where I found myself right now. It's kind of, I'm lucky in that I can just go live. Although I think that's lowest common denominator content, right? Like, I think that's the wrong attitude to have with streaming in general.
Yeah.
I think if you're just going to go live, you've got to be thinking bigger picture. You got to be thinking that evergreen content.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did it take to discover my niche and build a community around it? Or did the community come first? So I started streaming with Minecraft, actually.
Oh, wow.
And got my first raid through Minecraft, and there were very generous people there. I got, I think, affiliate the same night, and that was in the second week of streaming. So we got very lucky there. Got a lot of follows and donations, and it kind of kicked off. It was a pretty big deal, actually, at the time. Unfortunately, that person turned out to be a sexual predator and problematic person in general, which is a massive shame. So you never know.
Okay.
It's always your favorites. But that's yeah. I started with Minecraft. I built up quite a community there. And then when I switched games, probably maybe 4 months into it, I think. I lost a lot of traction, or a lot of that community that I gained.
Yep.
Um, yeah,
What do
it
you-
was. Oh, we talk about that later, Mr. Snackums. Yeah, that's another story. I'm not going to drop any names, but
No.
I was just as surprised as you are.
What do
Northern Lion grew with Binding of Isaac on YouTube. Yeah, he's his Binding of Isaac content is dope. I have consumed many thousands of hours of that for sure.
to do this to make. Here we go. Neo Firefly has. I'm a person who gets discouraged easy, but I have the drive and yearning to do this and make it a thing for me. But I sit in an odd position with the multiple hats I wear: comic creator, drag performer, I remember LGBTQA plus. I got it. What can I do to better focus my stream and feel I'm making way for myself? What do you think?
That puts you in a very small minority, I think. I've seen your videos where you were talking about your different passions. Own that. I think that's something that, especially a member of the LGBTQ community, make it your own. Again, you and I are similar age, so I get the apprehension behind this. And I'm glad you're here, actually, because I do get a chance to apologize in person.
Yeah, we
for
were
that video.
talking in the very beginning of the show. You did come up.
Yeah. Yeah, I came at your response from the wrong direction. I didn't realize there was more to it than very surface level stuff. So I'd like to apologize personally for that. But in answer to your question, like, own it. You're unique.
Yeah.
In that regard, you have so many different hats. I've seen your comic book work, which is amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's who you are.
Yeah.
That's your passions.
But it's tricky. It's finding it, and it's being constant at it. That's my thing. Is, like I said, I'm constantly in the realm. It's also finding your audience too. On top of it, just because like you have that thing. I've taken 9-ish months to start really finding my audience. I think, even with the podcast and whatnot, I think finding an audience is tough for a lot of people as well. Depending on what you're doing, I guess. Once again, what I do is different in a sense. I mean, I'm not the first podcaster. I'm definitely not the first person to do Twitch interviews. Let's be honest, guys. You know me as the interview guy. There's other people doing exactly this. Like, go through the talk show podcast tab, which I think is what I have on. But then I got mixed up with this silly goose. Hey, Neo. Hey. We're all cool here. We're all very cool here. I'm just a caveman. I'm very much a caveman. For guests, what do you use to find a game you can grow with? Twitch Tray is too broken. Jesus. No one else is me. We'll answer that, and then I'm going to do some lightning round questions, and then I think we're still waiting on our next guest, but they're a little held up. So we can keep going, you guys. But
So do I find switching games to be worthwhile? Yes, for me. Fortunately, in the indie game scene, especially roguelikes, there are a dime a dozen, right? So I have the freedom to bounce between a few major ones that I've sort of cemented myself with. I then have the freedom to revisit that at a later stage once they get updates or new content or whatever. It's a difficult thing to choose, I think. Sticking with a game and having that be successful, it's tough. It all depends on what your goal is, right? Like, do you take the risk and invest heavily into one game and grow a community around that? With the downside potentially being that you could burn out with that. And again, that's the worst. That's the last place you want to be.
yeah.
You never want to regret hitting that go live button. I think that's super scary to me. My mind is constantly on that. And yeah, that's something I need to. That's why I'm always thinking about which game should I play, because my goals have shifted, right? Like it's less about um, I need to create community at the same time as having a game that I enjoy, because usually with these games that I play, 100 200 hours is kind of the norm for a lot of them, so
Oof.
that's what I stick with. Yeah.
Interesting. Mcqueeb, who are your favorite streamers to watch, if any?
So funnily enough, I've been watching Lethal Frag. That's the gentleman who rated me. That kind of kickstarted my growth in a big way. I still watch him daily because we produce very similar content. The vibe is very similar. We play the same sorts of games. It's just one of those things that happens to work out. I've watched a few people from TikTok actually, and yeah, that's also fun to do as well. We'll talk about going live on TikTok at the same time as Twitch, and just to have this sort of side view of this person who's live on Twitch talking to a completely different audience. We'll talk about that later because I got opinions about that too.
We can, okay. We'll talk about that, and then everybody, I'm going to do my lightning round questions. Like I said, we're still in the clear for the next guest, but also Murdogan, what is up? Decaf, what the frick is up? Couple TikTokers. Call me out, bring it. Unstable Pisces is still hanging. We're still fucking hanging and calling people out because that's what we do here. All right, here's the thing. I will go on my rant, and then I want to hear your thing because that's who I am as a person. If you go live on TikTok, please use the platform. Stop. It's an abuse a bit, in my opinion, to go live on TikTok and ignore it. Are you allowed to do that? Yes. Are you allowed to go live on Twitch and push people over as like a live billboard? Yes, you're allowed to do that. In my opinion, though, when I go to a TikTok live, I want to interact with you there because that's where I'm at. I'm on TikTok. I want to interact with you on TikTok because that's where I see you go live. If you do go to the occasion and you look over and you're like, hey guys, I'm over on Twitch, I can live with that. But at the end of the day, I think you should use TikTok live as a pre-thing, like a pre-game where you have people come in and let people know. That's what I did earlier. Or treat it just like everything else. They're not going to get the full experience, but if you're going live, that chat means just as much. I'm literally multi-streaming right now, and every chat, I mean, luckily everybody's in Twitch. Every chat is the same to me. They'll be pushed to the same chat on the screen or in you guys through a bot, or it's my job to make sure everyone's taken care of. Mcqueeb, how do you feel about TikTok live?
Yeah, we don't disagree with that at all. I think that it's weird. And those 30-second moments that I was talking about before, when you're not always talking, that on TikTok, it's like they're looking at a blank screen, but you don't see the webcam view. You see the phone view, and it just looks like they're bored.
Yeah. Right? It's just, all you hear is like the clacking. Yeah, guys. Hey, it's like the worst angle possible. Yeah, guys. And it's just quiet, and you hear the humming of the PC.
If I was to, I think that one video of me with the boom arm thing, that kind of took off. So I got a couple of hundred followers from that. It's pretty dope. I'm almost at the 1,000. And I will probably use it, but I'll use it as the pregame. I think that's the best use of it. These people get to see like a different side of you, a more personal side, because you're talking to a smaller audience.
Yep.
You know, you can move around freely. You can get ready at the same time. There's so many things you could be doing. But if you're interacting with that one audience on TikTok, that's really cool. And it feels good because you're there with the person. You know, it's not just a little sign in the background up here that says live on Twitch, here's my channel.
And I know a lot of y'all do it, and it is fine. I'm not telling you have to stop. I'm just telling you what I like, my opinion on it. Our opinion, I guess, because we share it. But I love that. Like I said, I use TikTok. I've gained so many cool relationships being able to, even in the comments and those lives, because they're a personal, separate show. They're the pre-show before a concert. You get to meet the band in a way, even though you can still meet the band in Twitch. But to me, I get that vibe. I get that vibe from it.
A lot of advice I've seen is to use the first hour of stream in just chatting.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about TikTok now, but
no,
Twitch
but yeah.
specifically.
Yep.
For the same kind of deal, right?
Yep.
And you can potentially bring in a different audience that way because they get to see who you are. It's not necessarily about a game specifically, and it's not just your regulars. Hopefully, as long as people are actually coming in organically.
Yeah.
I know, man. It's a weird game. There's no one right way of doing things.
Absolutely not. Once again, gray areas, everybody.
Yeah,
Subjectiveness.
yeah.
I think, hold on. I came back to you because of TikTok, full disclosure. Because of TikTok? Hell yeah. Mr. Snackums, we're dating now. We're going to Olive Garden. We're getting some fucking breadsticks and we're dating now, Mr. Snackums.
So the great thing about TikTok, more than anything else, is its discovery algorithm.
Yeah.
It learns who you are before you even know it, and I think they're on some magic there. Whatever it is works so well, and it updates in real time. Scary stuff, actually, but it's kind of cool. Now I'm gonna get all the Olive Garden TikToks, and that's fine.
Sorry, everybody. Olive Garden, what is that? Okay, decaf. Decaf has never seen a Ghibli film and doesn't know Olive Garden. You're canceled. We're canceling decaf. It's happening. Do you believe in cancel culture? We're not actually canceling decaf. Do you believe in cancel culture?
Question for me?
Yeah, sorry. That was like a rant. Yes. How do you feel about cancel culture?
Is it too off base to say that I'd like to take it on a case by case basis?
That's perfect.
Because some things that
Yeah.
people talk about or do actively present time, sexism, racism, hatred, bigotry, etc.,
Yep.
that's who you are, then that's one thing. But if that's who you were, I think humans make mistakes. Humans have different upbringings.
Yep.
If you're willing to learn and overcome a lot of that stuff, no, I don't necessarily think you should have your career ruined. If you're a sexual predator once, yeah, maybe. Okay, that's fair enough. But,
Yeah.
you know, this was case by case. You got to have an open mind when it comes to everything. I know that some of the shit people have said in the past have been, abhorrent statements. If it's 10, 15 years ago, you cannot assume that person is the same today.
Yeah, that I feel the same way. We need to be able to grow, depending on what it is, depending on the mistakes you've made. I mean, the one that always comes to mind is like the James Gunn one, where he said like weird, off jokes, like off kilter jokes. It's I mean, freaking Looney Tunes right now or whatever, or the Muppets, I think is what it was. You put warnings on. Like we've become, and said, okay, that it was out of place for whatever reason. But yeah, it's about growing. I think that's the perfect answer, if there were a perfect answer. But I noticed I don't know if you know about the whole Ashney Christ Stream Coach Academy debacle.
I do.
So we talked about that on Wednesday. Wednesdays, everybody, 9 p.m. Eastern, Complaincast. We get into the weeds with drama. So that was we went over cancel culture and what she's like. Helping other streamers is so muddy to begin with. That's why I have such like a huge thing about streamer tips when I first got on TikTok is helping other streamers is great passively. But if that's your whole thing, it starts to get muddy in my opinion.
The thing is, because there's no one size fits all solution for Twitch, every opinion is going to be exactly that. I like to approach it like if I'm giving advice, it's objectively something that I personally have found to be really, really helpful.
Yeah.
But that might not work for, an anime daddy or a Neo Firefly or whatever, right? Like it's...
Yeah. Now that was my big thing. Those are the shit talking that I do. We leave room for discussion. As I say, well, what about this? Or like with Neo and Jellybean, it's like, what about these personalities, these traits that you have to bring into the whole tip, the whole concept of it all. And that's why I love it too.
Yeah, Mr. Snackums just said it. I statements. It matters.
Yeah. Checking in, Quanvoluted. What's up, Quanvoluted? Alex, question, Lilies, may I subscribe? Alex, I am not affiliated. I have a Patreon you can sign up for, or you can just hang out and chill, or you can tip directly if you truly want to. But as long as you're having a good time, that's all that fucking matters. If you have questions, that's big. I like questions from you guys, but we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it. So, since we talked about it, what's your streamer tip? What would be your go-to streamer tip? If someone said streaming, how do I do it? What do I do?
So I'm just going to flip the very first piece of advice that I had on its head and say, be yourself. Oof. Like, that is it's so nebulous. It's so hollow when you think about it. But at the same time, people come to the game, if people come to the stream maybe for the game that you're playing,
Yep.
but they want to stay because of who you are.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're a hyper realistic, this person that is sort of out there and you know, bigger than life, it might be, I don't know, it's difficult to maintain. And when they see you as somebody else, you know, what does that get you? Am I 100% the same on stream? I'm probably more awake. I'm more present. You know, I'm very responsive.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert in real life, so it's difficult for me to sometimes do that.
Yeah.
But my attitudes, my calm demeanor, everything else stays exactly the same. And I think you couldn't have a simpler answer to that question. Just be yourself.
I fucking dig it. If that's not the clip, ladies and gentlemen, no, it's from what I've learned from what people have told me, being genuine, just being myself, and I couldn't imagine doing it any other way at this point. Maybe if I had like a VTube character and I wanted to be, that's the only way I would be an actual character, is if I changed whatever this is. My little Lego head is, I would have to be a VTuber to play a character. But I
what if you're
completely
figuring it out for yourself? Jellybean asks.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah.
that is who you are right now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was about to say.
And again, you're gonna lose viewers. You're gonna gain viewers. That's part of the growth process, I think. But there's nothing wrong with that. You know, no one expects you to have it figured out from day one. You know, a day spent planning to stream is one day later than you have streamed. Right? I regret not doing it 6 years ago. My situation at the time wouldn't allow for that. I wouldn't be doing it now if I started 6 years before.
It's appreciated for knowledge and time. Thanks for putting these on. Yeah. Also, if you guys aren't following Mcqueeb, what you doing? All right. Let's see. What else can I hit for my lightning round questions? We did that basically. We did goals. What do you wish you could change about streaming? What do you dislike? What do you wish you could change about streaming / dislike?
Well, it's definitely my area of biggest growth right now, which is that guilt feeling when I don't stream. I mean, that's not the process. That's me. That's a personal thing.
Yeah.
What do I dislike about it? It's immensely hard work. And I wish it wasn't. Like
No, I feel that.
How can I better explain that? It's super easy to hit go live and to be on for a couple of hours and that's it. That's your stream. But to become a streamer I have to be very careful with my words. To become a streamer who wants to grow.
Yeah.
Going live every night isn't the solution. So I just wish that process was less convoluted.
Interesting.
I wish Twitch was a better platform for discovery.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm glad that Twitch is hard to grow on. I love the challenge of it. I love the fact that it's not Twitch's job to get me discovered. I love that I have to put in the work everywhere else because it means that I did just that. Everything I've put into this so far, I feel fucking good about it. And that's a hard place to get for a lot of people. Every single person who's in this chat, who's come through this chat, all the people I've met is because I've put the work in because Twitch won't do it. YouTube discoverability, whatever. That's a whole other realm. But Twitch itself, I'm happy as a peach, whatever the expression is, that it's difficult to grow on it because then everybody would be doing it. Twitch is my stage and I'm just dancing, baby.
It's an interesting perspective. We'll save that for round 2, huh?
I am in
Follow
that
and
category.
like for more.
Hey, that's how I feel, you guys. I can understand wanting to be discovered and all that stuff, but if everybody had it easy, I don't know, then we'd all be doing it. And that's not a bad thing. If everybody could do it, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. But me personally, that's how I'm glad that it's difficult because that's my personality. It makes me feel that much better about when things do pop off. So
Right on. No,
And
it's,
show.
it's definitely it's a fair perspective for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I found
I like it.
it on Instagram. What did I miss? I'm sorry, everybody. Pre-stream rituals. I use the toilet. I go live on TikTok. What's your pre-stream ritual, Mcqueeb?
Beard care. I'm not even joking.
Hey, that's fine.
It is literally that. It's fighting my beard 90% of the time. Um, yep, that's it. No, I'm already in the mindset to stream because it's either an escape from my day job,
Yeah.
or I get to hang out with cool people, or I get to play a game that I like, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, I know the mindset aspect is tough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm lucky there, I guess. I just I like streaming. I like being around people. So
I can dig it. Yeah, I don't. It's as far as me, guys. It is literally that. It's taking care of my dog. If you guys were curious about my pre-stream ritual, it's making sure the dog's taken care of. And also, by the way, you did hear a flush earlier. I didn't just walk or feed the dog. I was like, you guys see this? I'm halfway through this bitch. Like, what do you expect? Cash, what's up, Cash? Mcqueeb, dumb question. Why do all you guys have beards? Yeah, what's up with us? Also,
and why is all of our logos just generic head with beard, right? Yeah, no, I get it. I used to have a goatee, and yeah, the beard was the next step there. I don't know.
No, that was a really odd way. That tip is so massive. If you have a bald head, grow a beard, man. It's the rule. Yeah, the question, Mcqueeb, is what's under the hat? What's under the beanie? What's in the hat?
Maybe we'll have a stream one day, a reveal stream, but for the time being, it's part of my uniform.
Same.
That's it. Yep, gray or black T-shirt. The question comes in: crew or V-neck? That's often one that I sort of stumble on, and then either this cap or I just re-released merch recently, so I got one of those for myself. Sometimes I wear that on stream.
Nice. Okay, hold on. We didn't hit what are my big questions? What are the ones? What's your definition of success as a streamer?
Well, again, that's I can only answer that for myself.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
So
for you.
Once I don't have to show up for my job, that's it. That's my goal. This year I would like to make it happen. But it's a long road, dude. But I'm starting to see that light at the end of the tunnel now as well. But that to me would be successful. If I can support my family because of content creation, I've made it as far as I'm concerned.
I can dig it. That's like you said. When I originally asked that with Dustin, it was very, what do you? It's I think hopefully everybody can kind of realize that. Then again, it's the fucking internet, so they're gonna take it as what you say. So maybe they all will believe that's what it takes is quitting their job so they can do it. But
there's full-time streamers
that's
out
still
there already, who don't feel like they've made it because their numbers aren't there or they're not partner or what. None of that shit matters.
Yeah.
There's a reason you do it. When I started streaming, I didn't think it would be a career. When I started putting in, 50, 60, 100 hours a week on top of my full-time job, I still didn't think it could be a career.
Yeah.
Like if you've looked at my stats, and in fact, somebody said they got follow botted or whatever, and I did a video on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I briefly had up the stats or whatever, and I think one of the points that I brought across was the fact that I'm seeing more success now at streaming far less than I ever was, and that's growth on other platforms. So
Yep. I think that kind of answers because I was gonna. Aaron said, "What steps are you taking to reach that level of success?" I think it's kind of
that's the thing. So I think I might need to, like, I'm paying an editor now.
Okay.
For work, so that's helping me, but I'm still putting in a lot of time editing. I would love more time to focus on brand, maybe a rebrand, graphic design, but putting content out on YouTube is kind of, I'm spending more time doing that than streaming these days. And I would really like to, I don't know. I need to figure out what the next thing is. I have a hard time being, what's the term? I think literally having calls to action might be my next thing. Not necessarily on screen like donation goals or sub goals or whatever, but some way of introducing the fact that this is my job. I need to get paid for my job.
Yep. So you need to start.
Some way to push that organically that fits in with my brand at the moment. That's a really hard question. But I need to definitely start thinking about, what that next step looks like.
Yeah. When you mention call to action, that word kind of scares me because obviously, hey, everybody, please sign up for my Patreon. That would make me, hey, I could buy my dog food, if anything. But clearly, I would love for this to be full time. It's just, how do you go about doing that without sounding skeevy in a way? You should be allowed to push yourself. It's marketing, promoting, all that stuff. You guys have a part in the show. Susan right here. Okay, sorry, I got the message. The next guest is ready, but it's like, how do I push that in a way where people don't be turned off by it? Because it's a balance for sure. Also, I want to make sure we don't miss any questions. Sorry, I just kind of like derailed that conversation. I'm just the art of broadcasting, everybody. Make sure this is working. Last one. Why do creators always say don't worry about the numbers when numbers really matter? I do not get this. Mcqueeb?
Well, that's the thing. I do worry about the numbers, and I'll openly tell people that.
Yeah.
Because they matter. Like I said, in order for me to go full time, I'm going to need to hit a specific mark, right? Like, I do worry about the numbers, so I don't know why that is the case. I think they might be being disingenuous. I think they might be putting forth an image of, just, hey, like it's great to hang out with you, which is, I love having you guys here. If you feel like donating, you'd be more than welcome, but it's not required. I even say that myself.
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel. I don't want to take money away from people that need it more than I do, right? That tough question, man. That's false humility. It might be a mixture of both, though. It's, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it goes along the lines of not maybe that call to action, like I was saying. They want to come off as not needy. They don't want to say, oh, I focus on the numbers, because for whatever reason, there's this idea of what streaming should be in their head, and maybe in general. Like, oh, you shouldn't be doing it for the money ever. Like, we're playing games and making friends. It's like, no, once again, if you want to come into this making it a career, you have to treat it like a career. And
didn't we just push for a minimum wage? Like,
yeah.
What makes streaming any different? Why is a streamer's time not valuable? If you're getting entertainment from a stream,
yeah,
you don't have to pay. It's free to watch, but expect to watch some ads. I don't know. It's a different mindset, but I think that it's definitely that there's some genuineness.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
You're asking the wrong guy. I constantly say words wrong. So but yeah, it stinks, Okay. Mcqueeb, this has been fucking awesome. Thank you I know we went a little over 2 hours. Our next guest is getting lined up. Please let everyone know where they can find you. We'll shout you out in there, but give us a lowdown. Give us your elevator pitch. Let me hear it. Shout out.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mcqueeb. Welcome to my stream. I stream some nights throughout the week from around 6 to 8 p.m.-ish PST. I play indie games. We have a chill time. And I would love to see you in chat.
Hell yeah. Dude, thank you. Anytime you want to come on any of the other shows, you can come on Mondays. I don't care, even if you don't like anime, but this chat has been amazing. Everybody go follow. We'll watch the things. We'll see if you actually follow. No pressure. My big thing is, hey, follow if you want.
That's it.
Follow if you want.
That's it.
That's if you want. All right, I'm going to jump out. Mcqueeb, thank you. Oh, I think we're in a private
Absolute
call.
pleasure to have you, my friend.
Thanks for coming on. I will.
Having me.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll talk to you later.
I do.
Bye.
Later.